Rend, slaughter, devour your enemies. There is no other way to survive. You cannot escape your hunger. Warriors of Purgatory.
Try to fight this love. How dangerous can it be? No, the odds are so unfavorable, and honesty's forsakable. So many run for safety, run from the danger, falling in love like this, danger, falling apart in the hands of another.
Okay, here we are again. We will get started in just a little bit. Let's say 2-ish minutes, maybe 2.5. 4:30 or 4:31, one or the other. We'll see how it all goes. Soon, that's the point. Oh, the opening? Yeah, I was wondering why the commentary from yesterday stopped short. Oh, okay, so were you watching yesterday's VOD then, maybe? Because I'm not sure exactly of how Twitch works when that happens, but it might have cut it off. Yeah. So, but hello, Marie, how are you doing? We are just about to get started. So, oh, okay, and then I stopped talking, you're like, what? Oh, okay, yeah. I would imagine that'd be a little jarring, yeah. But yep, we are just about to get started and continue our way through the deserted ship. Probably like a minute and a half and then we'll get going. It was mostly dungeon crawling yesterday. We got all the rest of the yellow walls that we've seen already, and then we started the deserted ship and we got like probably about 3/4 of the way through it. We got all but one of the satchel charges set, and now we need to set the last one and then regroup so we can leave. So jarring seeing your level so high already. Yeah, I don't know. In SMT games, it usually kind of goes like that though, right? Like you end up, you go to a dungeon and you gain like 7 or 8 levels per dungeon. It's pretty crazy. We're probably going to gain about 5 out of this one. So, yeah, you gain quite a few levels in SMT games when you go into dungeons. It's not like in some other games where you maybe gain like 1 or 2 levels. So, they use most of the numbers, whereas some games, like if I was playing Final Fantasy V right now, I'd be at endgame at level 36 and 37, basically. I'd be in World 3. Excuse me, collecting up the sealed weapons to get ready to fight the final boss, so. Means it shouldn't take too long to grind for the super boss. Am I going to fight the super boss? I have to figure out how to find the super bosses. I don't know how many there are first. I know where one of them is, but it's not technically considered a super boss because you can kind of fight it without having to grind to a high level or get a whole bunch of different mantras and everything. And that's the one that's back at coordinate 136, where they say, oh, go find the key to this chest and then talk to the king. So, no, so sorry. No, don't worry about it. It's an older RPG. I kind of figured there'd be super bosses. But yeah, I have no idea how to unlock any of them yet, so I will fight the ones that I can find, and if I don't find them, maybe I'll look up how to fight them after we beat the final boss, and I'll decide whether or not I want to go do all of that. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, no big deal. No big deal at all. Alright, I took my drink. Let's get started, shall we? Speaking of super bosses, does Bat count as a super boss for Argela? It's kind of difficult for her to fight him one-on-one, especially since he's probably been eating people since we last encountered him. Then again, if he is considered a super boss for Argela, that's all the more reason for us to hasten our way to the final charge and get back to the entrance, because Lord knows if he is, she's not going to last very long. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Digital Devil Saga, the Stream Edition. Last time, we decided it would be a good idea, after breaking all the yellow walls that we've found so far, to set a trap for the brutes to thin out their numbers before we attacked their base. And we came here to the deserted ship that CeeLo found while he flew over to coordinate 136. We started setting bombs, and we got most of them done, and today we're gonna try to get the last one done on the 8th floor, so we can rendezvous with Argela, and then meet up with Sarah and Heat, who have already gone ahead to our new base that we haven't even seen yet. But we will see it soon, after I take care of business here. So let's do that, shall we? Okay, whatever. Everybody use a little bit of, that there MP. But no big deal. As I was a pixel away from getting back up to this floor. It's okay. Okay, that's a dead elevator. There's no way we're getting through that. That's a dead door. And that's a couple of gurs with death blow. Okay, I mean, fair enough. A heavy question. You don't have access to that move. Okay. I was going to say, can I have CeeLo use one of his gun moves? But you know, I don't have, what's it called, set. Like a Void or a Drain or anything else to set. Because the gun moves are actually dependent on whether or not you have access to a Void move, a Drain move, or a Repel move in your skill set. And that determines whether or not you can shoot them for massive damage. And I don't have that set, so since I don't have that set, we're just going to try to do things the way we've been doing them. And, yeah, we'll go from there. I'm going to use one of my press turns to heal real quick. And then load my gun. There you go. That will work. No frightens, but that's okay. Hey, Conker, it's going good. How's it going for you there? We just got started. We're up here on the 8th floor now, heading to find the place to set the last satchel charge so that we can rendezvous with Argela and make our way the heck out of here. Do I even want to fight this battle against 3 Chatter Skulls? I mean, I have Mahama, but I kind of don't want to fight it. So let's just get the heck out of here. Bye. I think CeeLo flies away when we run away, because he just swooped on out. So these are the stairs that we were looking at before, right? Yeah, because I can see the save terminal up there. Okay. And, well, definitely not getting through that door. Guess there's only one way to go now. Let's see. Yeah, it can't be too far to get to the next spot. Yeah, run from skulls and murder everything else. Yeah, I know. Just, let's see. Do I have anything that's worth it against these guys? Not particularly. Just murder everything else so they can all become skulls, right? Then I'll just be running from everything. Let's see. Well, I guess we'll just do this the way we did it last time, I guess. No big deal. And actually, if I do... No, that won't work. I was going to say, if I do this, I can do Mazionga, but I can't actually do that because Mazionga requires 2 press turns, and I only have the 1. So I guess I'll just do the best I can without it. It's funny, though, because these guys are getting ambushing me even though I have First Strike. Although I'm not sure that First Strike necessarily prevents us from getting ambushed with no time to transform. I think it just prevents you from... what's it called? I think it just prevents you from... Oh my god, how much damage did I take there? Jesus. Yeah, I think it just prevents you from them having the first move, I should say. So... Alright, I should fix those curses and also not die real quick. Yeah, let me fix that first. Discurse. We might have Curse D already, but I mean, it's fine. Finally get to use these Discurses, which is rather nice. Gotta watch for that, though. The Death Blow can activate that. So... there we go. Got back from grocery shopping a while ago and just relaxed for a bit. May fall asleep while listening to the stream again. It's pretty tired at the moment. No problem, Conquer. You do that. Get some rest. Get yourself all back to full strength, and that'll be good. Did that the other day. Grocery shopping before the stream. Not falling asleep listening to the smooth voice of the streamer. Well, I don't know about that. I appreciate it, but I don't know about that. Alright, that looks like the way forward. So let's just take a look around real quick. Man, another one. Good lord. Rakukaja. Alright, as long as you don't Sukukaja. I'm actually okay with that. That's perfectly fine. Are you guys weak to guns? You fly, so... yeah, okay, I thought so. I'm going to keep that in mind. Because that means that I can get some press turns out of this. Nice. And I can actually get rid of one of you now, which is pretty nice. Okay, CeeLo, it's Devil Feast time. Thank you. Less of a chance of them cursing me, you know, if I just do that. No Frighten, so let's just keep getting press turns. And then, I guess I'll just do one of these then. Just take the compliment. No, I'm taking it. I appreciate it, but I don't know. I'll take them where I can get them. But, you know. Alright, let's see if this goes to just a bunch of different places. This also appears to go around, but this one appears to actually go to the way that we're supposed to be going. So I guess I will go through that first door. You love CeeLo's transformation animation, literally transforming after the finger snap. Yeah, it's so stylish. It's so CeeLo. It exudes his attitude, his sort of carefree, like, easygoing personality, but he puts some style into it, you know what I mean? It's great, I like it. Oh good, this again. Well, at least I didn't get the Rocket Kaja the first time this time. And again, ambushes are fine if this is what's happening, where it's just like, you know, they're gonna be weak to guns. Like, that's no big deal, because then I can actually utilize some of my stuff that I've got all this for. I can use my press turns effectively, because I can just shoot them to get a weakness hit. So, I'm gonna top CeeLo off real quick. Excuse me, there we go. And no weakness hit. Wow. Well, I mean, that's not unexpected. Guns aren't exactly the most accurate things in the world. Those things always gonna ambush you? This is dumb. I don't know, honestly. Not sure, but if they're weak to guns, like I said, it's not a huge deal. Because we can just shoot, transform, shoot, transform, shoot, transform, and then it's just like any other battle, except I've already done a bunch of damage to them, so... Oh, hero rations, nice. Let's see. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. You know what I'll bet? I'll bet we have to go this way to set the last satchel charge. And then, after we've set the last satchel charge, we'll have to go the other way to get out of here. Probably. That would be my guess. Okay, got one of them. Come here! Okay. Surf, you really don't get a whole lot out of these guys, do you? I could Void Death, I guess. That would probably be halfway useful to me. I think I'll just do that now. I'm just going to use this Magnum Bomb I got. Never mind, it's not useful. Void Expel, that's fine. Mudoon, that's not fine. Goodbye, CeeLo. Okay, let's fix this, shall we? I should have known they would void stuff, because these enemies, they sort of, like, usually if they're weak to Hama, they sort of void, like, a whole bunch of other crap that just makes the battle more difficult than it has to be, you know? So let's just Void Death and fix that problem right away. I don't know why they have Void Force. They resist it, so maybe they come in groups with enemies like where they like other enemies that are weak to Force, and they can, you know, make them not weak to it. I don't know. Do I want a Devil Feast here? I might as well, I guess. It can't hurt, right? Worst that could happen is I get a stomach ache. But we're good. And CeeLo's almost done with Ancient Gods, so then he can move right along. That will be good. Yeah, I should probably avoid a death. Yeah, I was just like, oh, well, I got a flashing press turn. I might as well use it, and then, well... Meet the Ripper. Hello. Welcome to the stream. These guys are quite notorious. Yeah, most of the enemies that void death in this game seem to have been the biggest pain in the ass so far. But yes, thank you for the heads up. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. We are just about done on the deserted ship, so we just got one more satchel charge to set, and then we'll be good to go. First, let's grab whatever's in here, though. Is that another neutron shot? Did we have a neutron shot yet? Metal jacket, charge shot. Charge shot is what? This is poison. Okay, and it's 88 attack power. That's not bad. It's probably better than what you've got there, CeeLo. Charge shot does shock, and this does poison. I mean, I might as well just use this. No big deal. Charge shot's kind of losing its luster at this point, right? It's kind of not that great anymore. So, all right, let's just do that. There we go. And now, off we go. This hallway looks like it's a dead end, though, other than that neutron shot, because this door ain't going anywhere, so... Alright, that's fine. Which means the other charge point, the satchel charge point, is on the other side of the thing. Oh, 3 Gurs. I'm totally unprepared for 3. Bah! There we go. Now I'm prepared. That's probably not a good idea. They're flying, so I would imagine at least one of them... Ooh, nice, I got some stuns. Good. I was going to say, I'd imagine at least one of them voids... what's it called? Force. If not all of them. We didn't get any stuns, so I guess I'll just do this. There we go, got rid of one of them. And should I transform Gale? I think I can access Mazionga with Gale and CeeLo, but I'm not 100% sure. I guess we'll find out. Ha! Yeah, so stun seems to reduce their accuracy. I don't know exactly what it does, but it seems to make it less likely that they're going to hit you, so... Mazanma... Okay, well, I can't access it directly, but... This guy? No... Frightens, no stuns, no additional stuns, I should say. So. There we go. Got him. Didn't even need to have Surf transform. Oh look, more mobs shoots the enemy instead of being the least bit intimidated. Give it time, there will be enemy encounters he'll be afraid of. I hope that they eventually start to bring encounters that I'll be afraid of, because... I'm coming from this to give you an idea there, Meet the Ripper. I'm coming from this having beaten Nocturne blind on hard mode. So, yeah, I don't know. Nothing so far has been the least bit intimidating as most of the things in that game, so, yeah. But, I mean, you're probably right. Probably just got to give it time, and eventually it will. They will throw something at me that just absolutely annihilates me. So... Okay, so CeeLo will finish Ancient God after this fight. Very good. You guys are weak to Force. And that's that. SMT3 is pretty meme with its difficulty curve. Yeah, it can be a bit of a meme, yeah. Sometimes it gets a little on the crazy side, and sometimes it's not. It just kind of depends on what point in the game you're at, honestly. Hold on, I gotta fill the map out. Damn you, Final Fantasy IV DS, for forcing me to fill out every map I ever find from here on out. Hi. It's gonna be a bit of a problem in Nocturne, though. There are some parts of the map in Nocturne you can't fill out without falling down a pit. And, yeah, it's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Okay. Skull Cleave. Skull Cleave. Ow. Skull Cleave. The camera zoomed out again, so I thought I crit it again, but that's okay. We're okay now. I think. There we go. And do I use up those press turns to use Mazionga? Because that seems to be something that they're not particularly resistant to. Whereas with Surf stuff, they're mostly resistant to anything and everything he can do, as far as I remember. One, two frightens. Okay, well, let's get at least one of them out of here. So that they can't just, you know, rip my face off. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind that now at all. Because I can just do this. Took a bit of a risk not using Void Death, but, you know, all worked out in the end. You never played 4? Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, we'll play it for the stream at one point. It's not too bad. It's probably one of the easier Final Fantasies, in all honesty, but I like it. It's got its own charm, so. This game will probably throw the kitchen sink at you as well at some point. That's probably true. Probably true. I mean, we had the kitchen sink thrown at us at one point in the Maribel base when we first got Gale, because everything was like... Those Valkyries with their power wave spam was not exactly helpful. Never finished 3. The Crystal Tower sucks. Yeah, no, I don't think you're alone in that thought process. Alright, let's go back to the save point, get CeeLo a new mantra. Probably just going to be Holy Beast again. Skull Cleave spam is one reason why these guys suck. If they go first, they can wipe your team if they get lucky. Yeah, if they get like too many crits, they can just wipe the entire team out, which is no fun. But that's okay. I'm used to it. I did the Tower of Kagutsuchi on hard mode, so I'm used to getting viciously murdered without any possible recourse, so... Okay, CeeLo, you're done with your level 3s, correct? I think. Let me look at your mantra grid notes. Yes, Ancient God was your last level 3, and you actually have a couple of level 4s already done. Bolt Emperor and Hades are actually already done for you. So, now it's just a matter of getting you Holy Beast, and then we'll move along. Lots of Monet, but we're getting more Monet, so that's fine. Excuse me. And Conquer's Twin is here. Hello, welcome. 5 days. I have 5 days left to prepare for the inevitable. But what is the inevitable? We'll find out this week. I'm streaming on the day of, so we shall see what happens. I think I know what's going to happen, but I don't want to ruin the surprise, so I'm gonna refrain from guessing at the moment. So we'll see. Alright. So we got a new mantra. We'll go sell our cells later. For now, let's go find Argela and get the heck out of here. This is a Matarazi battle. I should probably try to have Surf eat during this fight. That would be useful, I think. Because his MP isn't exactly low, but it's getting there. Especially when we do something like that. No eating for us right now, it looks like. Well, maybe next time. Iron Stomach, that's literally a term you haven't heard since Yggdrasil Union. Oh, it's a good skill in this one, so I'll tell you what, we're gunning for that one. We're aiming for it. It'll prevent stomach aches, which definitely is something I would like to have. So, they almost wiped your team last time in the Mudo 2, your members. It was either the Skulls or the Phantoms. I forget which one it was, Conquer, but it was one of the two. I think that was during the first mini-boss fight when we fought that Gur, if I remember right. When he was a mini-boss, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Well, not really a mini-boss, but a forced encounter is probably a better way to put that battle. So. Oh, good, Sukakaja, my favorite. Zandine is fine, nobody's weak to that. Did a little bit of damage, but that's alright. Probably Mazionga would be better to start with, wouldn't it? Because they're not particularly weak to it, but the Gur definitely is. So, I don't know how he interacts with Tarazi, so I'm just gonna avoid that as best I can. Well, you won't dodge this! Fuck you and your dodges. Just get rid of them. There we go. Death blow. Okay, that's fine. Let's just top CeeLo off real quick. And back to Zyanga spam. Stop that. You have 1 Tsukakaja, sir, not 5. Just discurse. I can Medea on Gale's turn if we get there. There we go. For context, there's a fish you can get, but if you don't have the empty bottle for whatever reason, it dies. It can still be eaten, but only by iron stomachs, which strangely enough includes your mermaid lolly. Sounds like an interesting game. You have a mermaid lolly in Yggdrasil Union? Okay, I mean, I've seen crazier in some other RPGs I've played, so... Have I? Yeah, I probably have. I've played a little of Chrono Cross, and that game has some crazy characters in it too, so... I think it was the Phantoms. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but that's what my brain is telling me at the moment, so I'm not really sure if... I'm not sure if my brain can be trusted. Sometimes my brain's a little sus to use the word the kids are using these days. But, I don't know. Yggdrasil Union has a lot of things that let you learn about your characters via the items. Interesting. I don't think a lot of RPGs do that, where they sort of have the items tied to character development. The only one I can think of off the top of my head is in the Soul series, where you learn that sort of stuff. So, interesting, very interesting. Why did I pass my turn? I didn't need to. Okay, that's that. Just do this. There we go. And then get rid of you. And then get rid of you. Perfect. Look at all this Monet we're grabbing. 8,700 a battle. I'll take it. Alright, Surf. Let's get you your normal stat boosts there. Now his vitality is above his agility, so that's pretty good. And some magic noise. Nice. I wonder who needs that. I wonder if I should give that to CeeLo or Gale. I mean, they're both in my party, so I could take a look. Let's see here. Oh, wait, hang on. I need to look at their stats first. 32, 34. Gale, I think you're going to be a little more on the magical side. It looks like Gale could be either magical or physical with his attacks, honestly, because he's kind of got both of the stats pretty good. His stats are pretty balanced, all things considered, so he won't be, like, completely out of this world in any one stat, but it looks like he'll be pretty balanced through the whole game, so... magic noise. I might wait to use it. I'll probably use it on CeeLo, but I might wait until his MP's a little lower before I use it. Use it like an elixir, you know. Oh, I see a healing point. That's probably going to be helpful. Let's just check around the room first. Okay, that'll lead us out of here. This will lead us to C's Eyes. Again, don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I'm going to make a guess that I am. All right, we got one Frighten. Gale, why don't you pass your turn so Surf can just lamb chops. Get that MP back. Keep mastering Holy Beast, because that's the important part here. And I have a plan for how I'm going to have that work with Holy Beast. Basically, I want everybody to eventually have Iron Stomach and AP Divide equipped at the same time while we're in the middle of a dungeon, along with things like Devil Feast, so that I can just... what it'll do is you'll get the large amount of AP from ingesting them or Devil Feasting them or what have you, but it'll also give some of that AP to your friends. So you'll get the full benefit, but your friends will also get some. So if everybody's eating something, we'll all master mantras very quickly. So that's my plan. Hopefully it works out for the best. I'm just going to do this. That did a hell of a lot of damage, sir. If you have a lot of magic, sir, you crazy. Okay, yeah, why not? We'll let Gale Devil Feast. Slurp. And then you didn't get frightened at all, so let's just do that, and then finish you off. Like, one of your characters is a vegetarian, so they won't eat any of the meat-related stat boosters. That really screwed you late game because you couldn't get her to eat the dragon steak or dried lizard, and she really wanted both stats. Oh, geez, yeah, I could see that being a bit of a problem. It's interesting, though, because that means that it's a different meta level, right? Like, where the character... Like, sometimes you just have items that are just items, you know what I mean? They don't really serve any purpose other than, well, it's just an item and you can use it in battle if you want, and if you don't want to, you don't have to. But it's more meta because it's like... The characters actually have preferences, you know what I mean? So that's kind of interesting. I can dig it. Give me that holy beast, and then I'm going to use Surf's turn, actually, to hit that shocked guy, because he doesn't have access to electricity, so... excuse me. There we go. That will work. Nice. So we're all getting closer to having our first level 4. Then after that I can work on... Is it Outer God? I think Outer God is the one with... I'm going to save because this is like healing point and save point at the same time. I'm actually going to heal first, then save. Usually means there's going to be some sort of a mini-boss or like a difficult encounter directly through the door, so... There we go. There's an item called Lacan's Medicine, or I don't know if I said that correctly, but Lacan's Medicine. But only people who are willing to take their medicine and ingest it, which validates about half your cast, so half of your party doesn't like medicine. Yeah, like I said, that gets a little more meta level. Like, you have to think a little bit more about, okay, who can actually use this, and how do I maximize my gains with other characters so that I'm, like, giving everybody stuff that they'll actually take, you know what I mean? It's interesting. Can't say I've heard of a game that does it to that degree, you know what I mean? But, you know. Okay. Probably one of these hallways will have the satchel charge area to set the bomb. So somebody can set us up the bomb, and then we can move from there. Alright. Just Zionga, the guy in the middle. There we go. And then... Yeah, Surf's got his full MP back now, so... Ooh, 2 shocks. Gimme, gimme. I like that, CeeLo. I haven't seen his crit animation, so I actually was like, yeah, this is going to be kind of interesting. He just pecks him repeatedly. Code Cell. It's probably pretty good. It's amazing and adds more depth to this game already does not need. People already think that Edgar Union is hard or complicated. No, but those are the sorts of things that add identity to the game, you know what I mean? It makes it more unique and stand out from the other RPGs that anybody would have played at this point. So, I can dig it. I didn't explore that whole room. Hang on. Damn it. Damn you, OCD. There, now I've explored the whole room. And gotten into another encounter because of it, but that's okay. Okay. Can I get through this whole battle just shooting them? Is it worth doing that? I don't know. I'm gonna do it anyway. Well, I almost got it done in one turn. Surf, bring us home. The battle music was just like, oh, okay, you're just gonna stay in that form and daka daka until they die? Okay, well, I guess I'll start up now. Imagine being a mob hiding in one of those rooms. They see the enemy run in, look at a corner, and then walk back out. Confusion. Yeah, that would be a little confusing, wouldn't it? To be like, what's he doing? Like, why do he... What the fuck? Oh boy, yeah, that'd be pretty funny, actually. Another one? Oh, look, another one. Hey, a level. Nice. And that gets Gale more magic and vitality. Those are the main stats that I care about for him, but both of them are good. This looks like... Actually, this might lead to a dead end, because it might lead to that other room that's over here. Like where that door was that's busted. And that is probably where we set the charge right there. Yeah, that's the busted door right over there, so... Okay, Mahama. Can't wait till I get Hamayan, although I think I need, like, Diarahan or something in order to frickin', have that, like, to make a Mahamayan combo. I think I need, like, Diarahan or something ridiculous like that. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, this isn't gonna go well unless I do this, so... There we go. Now, worst that can happen is they just skull cleave me, and I get critted a whole bunch. Okay, and see, that didn't even happen, so... Void Force isn't going to help you, because you're still weak to Holy Purging! Although it doesn't seem to be doing a whole lot to you, so... There we go. Yeah, I really don't know with Surf. It's kind of hard, because I think these things either resist or shield both fire and ice, along with, like, anything else that he can do, so... Can you see how I'm learning my lesson, though, about this Void Death thing? Just use it every battle. It's probably better than what I was doing. They hit so hard. How much calcium is in these skulls? I don't know, but they've definitely been getting their cartons of milk a day. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna have Surf eat, I think, or should I have CeeLo? I'll have CeeLo eat, actually, because he could use the MP a little more. I love how it's not even about, like, oh, who needs the AP as much anymore as it is about, okay, who's lowest on MP, you know? Yeah, apparently a lot, yeah. Apparently quite a lot. Alright, you got Vitality, that's not bad. Let's just map this out real quick. See, that's a little... That kind of annoys me a little bit, right? Because that means that there's a room in here, in between these two broken doors, that we'll never get to see. You know what I mean? I mean, it's fine. There's probably actually nothing coded in there, but if you're thinking about the game's, like, the ship's layout, in terms of how it would look naturally, it means there's a room that's completely inaccessible in there that could have some treasure in it. Of course, Heat's not here to just blow the door down, but, you know. Alright, I have a dumb question. They keep voiding Force. They're not even weak to it. Like, why do you keep voiding Force if you're not weak to it? That's what I thought. I thought I did that before and didn't get anything out of it, but whatever. Yeah, Mana Ingest is actually really good. It's been very solid through the whole game, so... It's been highly helpful. Alright, we can't use our normal strategy of Mahama-ing these guys at this point. So let's just start eliminating them one by one. There we go. I was about to press Zionga! My brain was like, you're gonna load the gun, and I was like, oh no you don't! Okay, they voided Force this time, so this will still work. Yeah, we got one of them frightened. Gale, why don't you meet Dio with one of our press turns, just to top us all off, so I don't have to do it after a battle. And then Surf, why don't you ingest, since you can't really do much with your turn at the moment, and then we'll just do this real quick. I'm learning. Death March. That's the self-destruct button, is ow. Gale got hit twice from that. It's a good thing he didn't die. It's a good thing I Medea. Good lord. That wouldn't have worked out for me. Ow, okay. Yeah, that's a bit of damage, isn't it? Okay. How about a hero ration? There we go. And a brave ration for Surf and for CeeLo. That'll work. Yeah, they're a bit tough. I mean, we've been handling them okay so far, but if you're not careful, they will mess you up. It's a good thing I already dealt with them in Nocturne, and I already know about their self-destruct button. Otherwise, that would have been a bit of a shock to the system, you know. Okay, so Satchel Charge there, then go down the hallway, and then we'll go from there. Yeah, 'tis but a flesh wound. A flesh wound? Your arm is off. No, it isn't. We already went that way. So probably we're going to get into a fight with, like, what, 6 Chatter Skulls as a forced encounter now? Something like that. When we find this last satchel charge area. Sir, Rakukaja is not really going to help you all that much. Going to transform so I can have CeeLo Devil Feast in a moment. After I pew-pew this guy a little more. Almost voided death there. We didn't need that. Okay. So Surf is almost done with Holy Beast. We'll get there in just a moment. This is a lot more area than I thought there would be back here. I figured there'd just be like a couple little rooms, but apparently not. Okay, we found the charge area. Nice. What post-apocalyptic wasteland is this to have enough natural materials for satchel charge production? I don't know. Apparently it's one where war is the only rule, you know what I mean? Okay, so let's go find Argela, and then we'll get the heck out of here. After I fight my way through 60,000 more encounters. It's fine. Okay. I'm gonna pass, I think. No, that's the wrong person to Xandine, I'll tell you what. So we can get rid of this buff maniac. I almost said this buff meister, but that wouldn't be right. Okay, now we can Materazi till the cows come home. And one of them is frightened, so... yeah, why not? We'll get CeeLo a little closer. And I think I'm going to do a dumb thing. It's going to seem dumb anyway. Just going to do this real quick. And then finish this guy off. It was already on the second turn, so it wasn't like I was going to get anything humongous out of that. I mean, I had a code cell. That's not bad. It'll be the same 3 Chatter Skulls, but they'll each press their self-destruct buttons. Yeah, probably. It's probably true. Oh, boy. I was just about to press the map, but alright, this is fine. So... I think I'll have you two do it, because you've got more MP. It's usually not the case. Usually, Gale's the one with the most MP, because I almost never get to his turn. It's okay, though. And that should probably be enough to get Surf Holy Beast, I think. Okay, not quite. That's fine. We'll get there. Yeah, finish Holy Beast, Surf. You're almost done. Oh, it's usually that way, where it sort of... it takes a little while to get those, so... I really need to look at the map so I can see where the hell I'm going. SB, hello. Welcome to the stream. Like that the demon forms don't have eyes, but wish they were a little less humanoid. Yeah, I get that. I get that. Usually the foes that we're fighting, like some of the boss enemies that we've encountered, have looked a little less humanoid, with the exception of Janana's demon form. But ours look pretty human-like. It's like human offshoot, you know what I mean? Like they were cooked up in a lab or something. Like they're sitting in a pod next to Rahu from Custom Robo. I'm sorry, Marie. I know I'm hurting you whenever I say that name. And we are going to pass this turn and just void death. Yep, I got you, Conquer's Twin. 5 days. I will try to be prepared. This is going to hurt. Ow. Alright, let's just finish this guy off before he becomes a bit of a problem. Playing with fire there a little bit, but that's okay. Much closer to a normal person, relatively speaking. Guess you're just like more monstrous designs. Fan of the eyeless monsters, though. It's fun, kind of creepy. Yeah, the fact that they have no eyeballs and then they have the mouths everywhere is actually kind of... or mouths where they're not supposed to be anyways. It's more interesting. It lends it to... it's not just a human shape with demon colors, you know what I mean? So... but Surf mastered Holy Beast, so now he has access to AP Divide and Iron Stomach, which are both very, very good for him. So probably this is going to connect there, right? I would imagine. So I should probably go back and just see what's down that hallway. After I, you know, pick my friggin' guts up off the floor. Good lord. Those skulls are no joke. Alright. Let's go do this first. Okay. Treasure room? Room? Where's the treasure? There's no treasure here. It's okay. And then go around that way and up, and then we'll use the save point. See, that'll conveniently put us right back at that save point and healing point, and then we'll just pop that and then head up to the 9th floor. Because I think we're all done exploring the 9th floor. I think it's all filled out already. I'll have to look at the map again. Ooh, nice. I would like to Mazanma, but I'd like to get rid of this guy first. Again, I'm not sure if Gurs do anything to wind, but I'm willing to bet they probably do. So, I can't use that right now. You guys void physical. You know what I didn't do is I didn't Mazionga. That's what I didn't do. So, I don't know why I just did it, but, you know, whatever. I should have done it on the first turn when Surf first had his turn there instead of passing. I've done this battle before. You'd think I would actually remember how to do it, but, well, whatever. Okay, they're both frightened, so now we can Devil Feast and get you guys closer to Holy Beast being mastered. I do enjoy that fact, though, that you can use voids and drains and repels and everything to frighten enemies. Like, that's actually really nice. It makes it a lot easier to sort of get the enemies to that frightened phase so I can just eat them. So, alright, let's do that. Am I not going to set the skills I just got? I did get Iron Stomach, didn't I? I should probably set that. What am I going to get rid of, though? I should set them, but I don't know what I'm going to get rid of for them yet. So I think I'll wait, actually, to set them. I know I went through all that trouble to get them. You'd think I would set them right away. But I think I'm going to wait, actually, for a little bit, because I want to... because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a boss fight coming up fairly soon, so I'll be resetting my skills for the boss fight anyway in a few minutes, and then I will... I'll set it all back up so I can use it effectively. And what I mean by that is, I mean I can use AP Divide and Iron Stomach effectively. We're kind of... It's not that we're SOL at this moment without having access to Chakra Walk, but it's kind of going to be difficult to have all of the skills I want on one moveset without cutting into my attacking options, you know? So, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. So Gale's done with Holy Beast now as well. Good. And then, yes, this will, in fact, just connect to the next area. Or rather, to this area that we've already been. The hallway that we've been through. See, when the camera pulls back like that, I keep thinking that they're gonna, like, what's it called? They're gonna get a crit, and I'm gonna have to deal with that whole business. Okay, well, at least they hit one of the skulls. Surf, why don't you use this press turn to heal yourself? And then let's Void Death with CeeLo's turn. And then I guess I'll just do this. Just get them closer. Oh, there's the crit. I'm just glad they didn't... Okay, hang on. We're not done yet. Okay, this is gonna suck. Ow. Alright, that's no good. Hang on, CeeLo, I'll get you out of there. Let's see. How am I gonna kill this guy before he kills me? Good question. Let's try to find the answer together, shall we? That didn't kill, which means... Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, which means I'm dead, but no. No, that's not actually true. I figured he was gonna Death March right there, but that's alright. Yeah, I did luck out there, absolutely. If Surf would have gotten hit twice there, I would have been back to the save point with me. It would not have worked out very well for me. Let's see. I should really set, like, Mahama on Surf, actually, now that I think about it. Because, like, Flame Breath hasn't come in handy basically for the entire dungeon, so... But if I do this, now I can just use Mahama with his turn if I'm, you know, got nothing better to do. So. Alright, we've connected the dots. Let's check this room, and then we'll go back to the save point. And it's a good thing I did, because it looks like there's another one of these rare nodes. I don't know if that's what it's called, but... Ah, here's the encounter for the next dungeon. Mothman! Hi, Mothman. I love Mothman's design. It's great. Well, that's not very nice. What would you be weak to? Would you be weak to anything in particular? Maybe Earth? Or Force, maybe. Yeah, let's just try some stuff. I don't think he's weak to fire, because if I recall from Nocturne, he just nulls that, so... It's probably not electric either, since he just used it. There we go. CeeLo's the one that's going to want to eat this guy, so... Let's do this. And then Devil Feast him so that I can have him learn Holy Beast, and we can just set up new mantras for everybody after this. Yeah, he could be weak to guns, too. That's a good point. Because he is flying, so... And, I mean, Buffalo worked okay. Bye, buddy. Sorry. Yeah, I really like Mothman's design. He's one of my favorite demons, so... But, well, we won't be using him in a party in this game, so... But CeeLo is done with Holy Beast, which is pretty good. Yeah, that's a YMCA reference. I just got that. Oh, boy. I had to look at it for a minute to be like, what are you referencing there? Oh, boy. Yeah, definitely a good thing the other one didn't self-destruct, because we would have been... we wouldn't have been picking our guts up off the floor, because there would have been nothing left to pick up. So. Alright. Let's heal. And then get into an encounter on the way to the save point and die. No, wait, this isn't Nocturne. Never mind. We're good. Alright. You love that parody. I don't think I've seen that one, honestly. I'll have to check and see if I can find that one, actually. Okay, so the Soul Mantra has been added to the grid. Nice. Now that's the one that gets us mutual karma, right? Which one is it? Oh, you actually don't need to get this one to get this one. Interesting. That might save us a little trouble, because shared karma is, I think it's just, it's 50% of the experience, but mutual karma is 100%, so I'd rather get that one if I can, you know, afford not to get the other one. Just save us a little extra time, you know? A little extra, a little less to master, you know? So Chakra Walk is probably my next bet. This one is going to be a big priority, particularly for Surf and for CeeLo, because Karma will get us access to Rakukaja and Tsukakaja, which are two of the most important buffs in the game. Terukaja and later Makakaja are both also pretty good, but having access to Tsukakaja specifically will make our life a lot easier, because it'll make it so physical attacks don't miss as often, which is kind of important. And then Cherubim here is also pretty important, because it gets us access to Rakunda. And, I mean, Hamayan's nice, Makatora is okay. Makatora, what it does is it lets you give MP to a friend if they need it, so you can just give 50 MP to somebody who doesn't have, let's say, Chakra Walk. But if everybody has Chakra Walk, I won't have to worry about that. We don't need Hades. I do want to work on Vidyaraha eventually for everybody, but we aren't there yet. And then there's Fire Lord and Ice Wolf here, which we'll want to work on. They're a little less expensive, so I could probably work on those soon, but... Yeah, really want Chakra Walk before I work on those, I think, for everybody. And then for everybody except Surf, I guess I kind of want this one. So I'll have to get that eventually, once we get around to the level 5 skills, which is not yet. We got to get all our 4s first. So. You'll link me? Okay, good. Thank you. I'll take it. Half expected a triple Chatter Skull encounter to appear just before I hit the save point, and they just triple self-destruct all of them because I said something about it. Yeah. If this was Nocturne, that would have been the case, Conquer. 110% of the time that would have happened, but thankfully the game took it a little easy on me there. Alright, so now let's go down here, get Outer God so we can get Chakra Walk. Paying out the nose for this stuff, but it'll pay off eventually. And we'll get our money back anyway. We got a bunch of cells that we can get rid of once we get to a vendor, so... Excuse me. We've actually done pretty well so far in this dungeon without having access to a vendor, so that's pretty good. Ooh, and you know what? We can actually preview the end of the Devourer line, now that I'm thinking about it. Which, honestly, I'm not really sure that I need all that badly. It's 300,000 Maka to get into it, first of all. And, I mean, it gives you Insatiable, which is a hit-all, fairly highly damaging hit-all feeding skill. And then there's Mind Scream, which we've seen some enemies use. I forget what that does exactly with its alternate effect, its secondary effect besides just physical damage. Atma bonus is nice because it increases the amount of AP you get when you ingest things. Well, actually, I think it just increases your AP gains in general. I don't know by how much, though, so... I'd have to think about that. But I may not even bother with it because Devil Feast is working out so well that I might not even need to bother going past Holy Beast for anybody. With the exception of Heat, because I think Heat wants to get this mantra over here, if I recall correctly, because it's a pretty good physical mantra, if I remember right. Or maybe it's this one. I don't know. I'll have to look back. Actually, it is actually this one right over here, because this one... I'm not going down this line at all, the Roxas line. I didn't bother even learning for that one, if I remember right, from Heat's Grid. So yeah, we might stop now with Holy Beast, because that's basically all I wanted out of that, is Iron Stomach and AP Divide, so... Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Should I set my skills with preparations for a boss fight? I mean, we gotta get there first, I guess, but... is there another save point before that? I seem to remember there. Yeah, there is another save point before we get there. So I will not set my skills for a boss fight just yet. Once we get to the save point, though, I will. In blatant anticipation of it happening. We actually leveled a little bit more than I thought. We've gained like 2 levels since we started the stream. That's pretty impressive, actually. So probably Argela and Heat, when they get back in the party, they'll end up being a fairly decent level because of it. They probably, like, average it out based on, like, how high your party members are when they come back into the party, rather. So, I was gonna say, they break the elevator, but no, they did not. I know the stairs are right there, but this is less walking, which means less of a chance of an encounter, which means less likelihood that I use up some of my MP trying to get ready for the, you know, trying to get away from the enemy so I can get to the boss fight. So. Okay, this configuration again. Do I want to test and see if this guy shields Tarazi? Not particularly. I'd kind of rather just do this. And get rid of him first before I do anything else. And then we do this. Hey, one of them's frightened. Nice, now CeeLo can get started. On Outer God. I thought we were going to get a stomachache for a second there based on how long the camera was lingering. That's okay. But yeah, so let's say CeeLo had AP Divide equipped just then. If he had it equipped, what would have happened there is he would have gained that amount of AP, and he would have given a little bit of what he gained. He wouldn't have sacrificed it. He would have kept what he gained, but he would have... my party members would have gotten some of it as well. So Surf and Gale would have gotten a little more. Probably everybody would have ended up in about the same place if I had AP Divide equipped. So. And as far as I know, that works on your party members that are in reserve as well. So it's a pretty good skill. It comes in quite handy. From what I understand. I haven't played the game before to tell you that, but just in theory, it seems like it's a pretty good skill. That is a Race Velgear, if I recall correctly. What are you doing here? And are you weak to fire like I would expect you to be? No, you are not. You probably void Tarazi, so... Ah, there we go. Found your weakness. And almost dead. Do I have anything that I would want to use here? I don't have an ice wall. He's probably an ice guy, so... Yeah, why is that thing here? I don't know. Good question. He didn't show up until basically the end game in Nocturne, and he kicks your ass in Nocturne, so we got a little lucky there. Of course, there's more than one of him when you fight him in Nocturne, but, you know. Okay, so... Flying enemy weak to guns. Flying enemy weak to guns. Good to know. Okay. And then... yeah, you can transform, sir. Use that turn. And, ooh, that's going to be helpful. Okay, so it doesn't look like guns interact with shock at all. Oh, Vanity. Fantastic. And he gets 2 turns also, so that's interesting. I guess I'll just use a Panacea. So I gotta be prepared for that then. It looks like enemies are gonna start getting 2 turns if they're big like this. So, Gale, why don't you transform? And then we'll let CeeLo finish him off. Nice. Why heal it? Let them throw half your Mako away. Oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Oh boy. I'd have to be paying back karmically for all of the pain and suffering I caused in Persona 5 when I had all the enemies throw their Mako away, right? I'd be paying it back in spades. Oh, good lord. Okay. I think we've got enough MP now so that we won't have to worry too much about getting through the boss fight. If we go through 900 almost MP by the time we're done with the boss fight, I don't even know what to say, man. Let's see. Ooh, Hellfang. Moderate physical damage to 1 enemy. Interesting. That sounds like a move I'd want to use in the next boss fight. I know for a fact that I'm going to want to keep... Oh yeah, and Consume is a hunt skill. It's heavy damage to 1 enemy, so it's better than Devour, but, I mean, Devil Feast and Ingest seem to be working just great for us at the moment, so, yeah. Hellfang looks like it'll work pretty good for us. I might even set that on Gale, frankly, because he's got enough strength to actually use it too. What else? You don't have access to Tarazi, Surf, so I guess we won't worry about that for you for now. I definitely want Terrakaja. I think I want to keep Dia, because that way I can access Angelic Grace in this fight, so that'll be fairly useful to us if we need to heal. Let's see. And, maybe I'll have you use Secunda? Or do I want CeeLo or Gale to use Secunda? We don't need First Strike, so I guess, well, everybody has Terranda, so I guess I'll give you Secunda. And then we probably want some sort of a void here. What void would I want, though? And I guess for Surf, just having Fire Repel wouldn't be too bad. And then I can set Ice Boost as well, I think. Is there anything else I would want? No Panic, but it's alright. Actually, no, hang on. He has access to Raving Slash. No Panic is pretty good, actually, in that case. Never mind. I think I will set Ice Boost, though, and just keep Bufala for the fight, so... I don't know. Actually, I don't know if he has access to Raving Slash still, but he did in the first boss fight, so I would assume he still has it. Unless he's gotten rid of it for something better, you know. Let's see here. CeeLo. We definitely want Null Panic on you. That will be useful for you quite a bit. Void Death. Do I want Void Death to stay there? Probably. It's probably a good idea. I want Earth Boost, actually, instead of Electric Boost, because he's weak to Tarazi, so... Seems like it'd be a good idea to keep it. We don't really need Electric Repel, do we? The only ones that I saw him use ever were Miragi and Mabufu. So I don't know necessarily that he can do anything else, but whatever. It's fine. Do I want to keep Mahama just in case he summons reinforcements? I don't know. I do want Dia, so let's put that there. And we have Electric Drain already on him, so that's probably fine. Terukaja, sure. I'll put Terukaja on there instead of that. And then we'll have you set Terunda. And then we'll have Gale set Secunda. How about that? There we go. Now, Gale, what do I want for you? So Zanma and Force Boost probably not going to be all that useful to us in this one. If I'm being honest, it's probably not that great. Because, I mean, he flies, so he probably has some form of wind affinity, I would guess. So we want Terunda on you, so let's put that there. Let's put Terukaja there as well. I could use Taunt, but I don't really like Taunt all that much. It's not that great. I think it's not that great because it also increases their physical attack by 2. And since we can't use Dikaja yet, as far as I know, not really going to want to do that just yet. If we could use Dikaja, then that would open up some doors for us because then we could, you know, actually... actually do something with that, but we can't as far as I know so far. So Gale's going to be our healer, basically, for this fight. No Panic, and then... anything else I might want? Force Repel? Yeah, it's probably not a good... yeah, it's not a good idea, that's why I'm setting it. Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. I mean, I don't know if he's going to use force moves, but it can't hurt, right? All right, and we'll set Hellfang because Gale's got the physical attack to use it. And we're using Terukaja, so, like, yeah, it'll probably be better for him than any other magical move I could use. So, looks like this is what we're going to be working with here. Null Panic will be very useful, although I don't know if I'll need Mapatra now because I have Null Panic, but I'll keep it. I mean, you never know. It might come in handy. So, let's see. Secunda, Terunda... So you're going to be doing the Secunda-ing, it looks like, for us for now. Dia. So Dia's on everybody, so we can Rakukaja, we can Terukaja, and we can go from there. I won't bother Rakukaja-ing, though, unless I need to, via Angelic Grace, but we'll work on that. Alright, save. And let's go make sure that Bat didn't eat Argela, because I would be... I mean, she's not necessarily my favorite character, she's kind of in the middle there, but if Bat ate her, I would be hella pissed. That's my friend you just ate, you asshole. Alright, now. Let's see. Okay, so probably just gotta step right through the door, and we're done. A noise can be heard behind the door. Well, we know what that is. Let's go see if they've settled their differences yet. Evidently not.
No different than me. How many have you devoured? Huh?
Well, that's the law of the jungle now.
Survive. It's only natural.
Sure, but you didn't have to sell out your boss to do it.
Say it, bitch.
You gonna start drooling yet? Snack time's over, bitch! You're being put on a diet. Alright, Bat, let's settle this once and for all. Oh, Argela's participating in this one. Okay. I mean, I've kind of set up so that she doesn't have to bother, but... it's there just in case we need her. I see he's still got Psycho Rage going. That's fantastic. Zanma. Alright. Nobody's weak to that in this party. And Guard. Boy, I didn't see that coming. Debilitate? Ooh! I like that. And Dekunda. Alright. We can use Debilitate now? 17 MP. Attack, defense, evade, and accuracy down for everybody in the party. Yeah, this is So Debilitate is similar to how the Kajas and Kundas work in this game. In Persona, Debilitate only works on a single foe, but in the SMT games, Debilitate works on every enemy, which is really nice. Do I want to use all 3 of my press turns to do that, though? That's the question. And I think the answer at the moment is not particularly. So I do want to do this, though. So let's start this off right. We'll use Tarazi to get around his guard, and then we'll use our extra press turns to start working on his stats. So now I'm probably going to stick to my usual MO, which is only go to -2 and +2, because that if they have Dekaja and Dekunda, that usually prevents them from using that as much, I guess. So let's see, we did Secunda already once, so let's Terunda again. That'll put him at -2 there, and then we can start working on Terukaja-ing. So. Alright, Psycho Rage. Zatzalaha Bane. I don't know if I said that correctly. Oh, good lord, I'm a bat now. And Power Charge. This is gonna hurt. Ha! You cannot hit me with your Power Charged attacks. I am a bat now. I can dodge just as effectively as you can. Oh boy, this is... Oh, actually, yeah, that's not a good idea. He's already Terunda to -2, so let's Terukaja. Yeah, we can access Debilitate now if all 3 of our party members use up their turn to do it. So yeah, it's a pretty good skill to get access to. We don't have all 3 turns at the moment to do that, but we'll get it eventually. Trying to think here, right? Like, what does the bat status do? That's what I'm trying to think of. I'm just going to Terukaja for now. And then we'll use Surf's turn to Secunda, because he's not in guard phase yet, so... There we go. Am I now? Well, then how about we start fighting for real now that I have you at... Okay, so he has Dekunda as well. Got it. And he's turning into Mott. Fantastic. And now I wish for 3 more wishes! Zatzalaha Bane again. Alright. Power Charge. It's reducing my stats, it looks like. At the very least, it's reducing my HP. Zanma. Oh, we're weak to that now. Alright. Well, it's a good thing I set Force Repel. Return to normal. That's good, thank you. Okay, so evidently the Secunda-ing didn't really do me all that much good. I'm going to use up a ration, I think, just to get myself a little closer. There we go. Probably better off than we would have been otherwise, so... Alright, this probably won't do much damage if it's reducing my stats, yeah, but now I can Force Repel, so... And then... Do I Hellfang here, or do I worry about him Power Charging and beating the sin out of me? I think I'm going to worry about Power Charging and beating the sin out of me. Let's top off first before we start Hellfanging. Silo's back to normal. We still have Force Repel up, though, so that'll help. I have learned. I understand the mechanic now. Well, sorry to say it, Bat, but it looks like you're going to be the one. You're not really putting up much of a fight here. Or maybe we're just over-leveled for you. Zatzalaha Bane again. It's on Surf. Yep, so I won't be Hellfanging right now. That's fine. Alright, so Silo, why don't you do this? There we go. Well, Gale, looks like you're going to be the one to do the damage. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Whoops. Probably shouldn't have done that then, should I? Because I'm probably going to get blasted by... Oh, wait, hang on. I have a wind wall in my pocket. Perfect. Okay, Spiral Edge is fine. That's just his physical attack. It does a little bit of damage, but that's okay. We'll be alright. Kind of dying a little bit, but that's fine. Let's see. That would use Surf and Gale's turn. Yeah, we can do that, because then I can set up a Force Repel if I pass the turn to Gale here. So. We'll get our damage eventually. I just got to get to that point. Actually, you don't really understand what a comrade is if you think we're comrades. Just us doing the same things does not make us friends, Bat. Okay, Curse. Missed. Good. Zatzalaha Bane again. This time it's on Gale. He's going to guard next turn. And this one is on Zero? No, Surf again. Okay. This is fine. He didn't Bane the person that actually matters in terms of the damage dealing, so that's good. Yeah, it's good that the transformation doesn't last the entire battle, because that would be upsetting. It would be like how it is in I think in Nocturne it lasts the entire battle when you get turned into a, what's it called? When you get turned into a fly. And that's no fun. I'm going to do this again, just maybe make him waste his turn with Dekunda. So. Because it's not like I can deal all that much damage at the moment. So. We have our Force Repel up already, so we're fine. You dying a little bit there, Bat? Or what? You don't look so good. Okay, Dekunda. Now use a Force Attack. Psycho Rage. Now use a Force Attack. Power Charge. Now use a Force Attack? He's just looking for any opportunity he can find, isn't he? Does that override the Bat status? Well, I guess we won't find out. Curse. I don't know what he's trying to do with Curse here. Does he have, like, Mudoon or something? Do I still have Void Death? Questions for later. For now... Goodbye, Bat. Take your mess of blood with you to hell. Oh, Argela's level 39. Nice. And she's got Kichijo mastered. That's pretty good. Tonight you will dine in hell, Bat, and I will not be joining you. Well, we all leveled up. That's pretty good. What'd you get, CeeLo? Complete heal. Nice. And Gale got some stats. That's good. Yeah, that was interesting. Zatzalaha Bane made that a little bit more interesting than just the normal stuff that we do with Bat. So, of course, we won't be doing anything normally with Bat anymore because he's about to be Ash instead of Bat. Goodbye! Man had a fucking DBZ shootout death just then. Got vaporized by the blast wave. Oh, nice. We all jumped on CeeLo's back. Awesome. It's a good thing the demon forms are a little bigger than their normal human forms. Otherwise, that probably wouldn't have worked too well.
Oh man, you three are heavy.
Well, we eat demons all day. What do you expect?
We could share the same fate as them.
What, just
Hate.
struggling to kill each other?
We'll devour just to survive. But eventually we'll die.
Well, sure, but in the meantime...
Defend myself.
Well, you didn't wait for your friends, Argela. That's the problem.
We aren't any different from him.
I don't know about that.
What's the point then? Why live like this?
I mean,
Why are we even alive?
I think you're asking the wrong person.
Tell me.
I like a couple of these answers, actually. I like this one, and I like this one. Yeah, ma'am, please, this is a Wendy's. Hello, piece of Yoshi. How you doing? Welcome. We're having an emotional moment with Argela after almost just dying and getting blown up on the deserted ship. But we took that with the explosion. Took that out with the explosion, so that helps a little bit. This sounds more philosophical, but this sounds more like an in-the-moment type of an answer, right? Like, right now we have to worry about living. Once we live through this, we can figure things out, so... You gonna move your mouth there, Surf, or is that just being said in the middle? I did not sign up to be your therapist. I'm just trying to fight and eat demons. Oh boy. Oh, we have our new hideout. Let's see if it's less of an hole in the ground than the last one. Looks like an apartment building. Embryon Base 2. We didn't even come up with a fancy new name? Alright, well that's fine. Any thoughts, CeeLo? Yeah, apparently Sarah's singing keeps us all from, you know, just eating each other, so. Excuse me. Are you waxing philosophical, Gail? You didn't get a chance to say the one-liner, so now you're waxing philosophical? It's probably familiar to all of us in some way. Like, it probably has something to do with all of our lost memories and everything, so I don't know. Oh, okay, good. Good. This is fine. We just blew up a ship. This is fine. They must have found, like, a loudspeaker or something for her to sing over. No, that doesn't sound strange at all. I mean, we're all kind of in that boat, right? Prayer, huh? Well, right now it just sounds like vocalization, but, whatever. I wonder what it's missing. Maybe we'll find out later. Oh, yeah, right. Hang on. Can't leave yet. We gotta go report on our progress here. Is there a shop at the new hideout? Well, I guess I'm gonna go find out, because we're almost at full solar noise. So if there is a shop, I'd like to get there. I see a healing point. And there is no map, so okay, that's fine. No, you're going to be a therapist and you're going to like it. I refuse. We refuse your refusal. Oh, boy. Alright, we need to get Argela a new mantra, so let's do that. Argela, you're still on level 3s, aren't you? Yeah, you got a couple level 3s left to do. Well, 3 of them specifically. You got Evil Spirit, Thrones, and Ancient God. Which I guess is less than, I mean, that's not a whole ton of work to do to get yourself up there, but we'll make it work. Let's see. So Thrones is less expensive, and so is Ancient God, so I guess we'll work on those for now. Okay. You work on that, everybody else can keep working on Outer God, and then eventually we'll get you up to the level 4s with everyone else. Because once Heat gets back in the party, I gave him Demon Lord before he left, so he should be done with Demon Lord if it's anything like how it is with Argela, where she's mastered Kichijio off-screen, so. Needed to redress your knee, but some of the bandage was caught on it and tore the wound open. Oh, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. Hopefully it doesn't do that again, because that's no good. Trying to make progress here. If we keep tearing it open, it's never going to heal.
Light shines on heaven, earth and spirit light brings glory and grace.
I wonder if she sings in, like, Japanese in the Japanese version, because they said it meant something just down there. But the lyrics are different from what it actually means. Maybe that's just the general gist of the song. I don't know.
You're that worried about Surf?
We're comrades.
That's not what I meant.
Okay, Heat, slow down.
Protect you. Can't you see that I'm stronger than him?
Yeah, but we can all protect her together.
You saw what happened back there.
Isn't that the point?
Could have killed him without even trying.
I already know you're strong. But strength isn't everything, Heat.
I don't know. Him having a lot of strength is pretty, important. That's not good. Not exactly the best time to express your undying affection, Casanova. Just saying. Ahem. Good morning.
What's going on? Why you just standing there, huh?
It's nothing.
Definitely not anything you needed to see. Nope. Yeah, send the police sirens. Sound the alarm. Stranger danger. Hurts and you finally gotten the blood stop flowing. It's not that bad, but man, it hurts. Yeah, I could I could guess that, yeah. After all the getting it, you know, having it get opened up again. Yeah, drama alert.
Seems that Vashuda has been overrun.
Uh-oh.
You said the wolves would last longer than that.
Though it defies probability, the fact is undeniable.
The brutes must be pretty strong then.
Matters worse, the remaining members of the Solids have been forcibly enlisted by the Brutes tribe.
How does that even work? Didn't we eat the Solids leader? Aren't they our people? Apparently they're not following the rules anymore.
Give me a break. Didn't Surf kill their boss? Why did the Solids join the brutes, huh?
This is why I like CeeLo, because him and me are on the same wavelength.
Defeated Surf.
Of course I wouldn't.
Heat.
Well, actually, that's a good point, yeah.
I'd take Surf's place.
Fair enough.
The law states that members of a defeated tribe are to obey the leader of the victorious tribe.
But laws are made to be bent.
Has been disregarded.
The law seems to be losing its effect on us.
Probably because we're all emotionally unstable.
Everyone has changed, just as you have.
Yeah.
It sounds to me like you knew about this all along. What were you planning to do?
If the wolves had held out, we could have fought the brutes together.
I mean, we probably still can, if there's any of them left.
That is why this is so unfortunate.
Boss. Lupa,
Important news from the front!
he's asking to see you.
Oh, okay.
Did you say Lupa? Where did he come from?
Well,
How did he know we were here?
we have them detained at Svadhisthana.
Oh, okay.
Surf.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Let's go see what he wants. Where was Gale to make things worse for Heat by watching that scene and being like, why are you kissing her? I do not comprehend. Are you sure it's nothing? 'Cause you look like your dog just died, man. Good lord. Yeah, they're having a moment. We gotta give them some space. It's possible, but we kind of got to go. Yeah, we kind of got to go see what Lupa wants to tell us about the wolves first. So yeah, we'll find out soon enough, won't we? It's probably a good idea. Probably better to have her come with us and, you know, not have to worry about her getting taken. Are you okay? Are you sure? Because you also looked like your dog just died. I wonder if there's a connection there. All right, let's go see what Lupa wants. Oh, great. Not again. Oh, yeah, I can't use the map here. Well, I guess I'm paying out the nose for a little bit of HP, aren't I? It's like we get done with all that drama, and all of a sudden it's like, oh man, my stomach is growling. Damn it. But everybody's back in the party now, which means that Heat should have mastered that mantra he had. Yep, he mastered Demon Lord. Perfect. So now he can also equip Ingest as his primary eating skill, and we can have him start working on his level 4s, which means the only one that's behind now on mantras is Arjula, which means she absolutely needs to be in the party because that way she can work on hers a little bit and, you know, get up to snuff with everybody else. So let's do let's have Surf, Arjula, and Gale. We'll use that team. That's kind of going to be like one of the teams that I use regularly. I'm going to have Arjula and Gale working together because they kind of complement each other. And with this team configuration, I have access to all the elements in the game other than the status ailments, which I'll have access to eventually anyway if I really need them. But I have access to all the 5 attacking elements. That's the point. With CeeLo and Heat, they don't have access to all the elements, but they will have access to lots of solid physical attacks with Surf, and then we've got access to most of the elements that way. So. Yeah, everyone's dog just died. We all look that way, don't we? Okay. So let's get Heat a new mantra. Let's see here. Probably just going to get him Holy Beast, I think. Because that seems to be the order of the day for everybody. He can access Demon God and Violent God here. I think, if I recall correctly, Great Feast is kind of like Devil Feast or or ingest, except it's like a hot. No, actually, I think it's low odds instant death. It's a hunt skill, like Devil Feast. So it's low odds, except it's for all foes basically, which is going to be pretty solid for him once I eventually get the money together to actually get that. Because as you can probably tell, I have a plan for how I'm going to do all of this so that we all just get a whole bunch of AP, and it involves having Heat and Surf get Iron Stomach and AP Divide, and I think they're both going to eventually learn Demon God, so they'll have access to Great Feast. So if we can frighten all of our foes and then just eat them, things should go pretty smoothly in terms of our mantra learning from here on out. I just need to set their skills so that they can do that, excuse me. And now I'm definitely going to set AP Divide for, well, everybody that has it, so that way Argela, even if she's not necessarily the one that's going to be able to eat as much, she'll be able to catch up a little bit on everybody. Whoops, wrong button. So, how do I take a skill out? No, I don't do that. Let's see, Aguilau and Bufala, we'll stick those in there. We don't need Terukaja or Secunda for now. I'll stick Mahama back in here, just in case. And then we have Fire Repel. I'm probably going to keep that in there for now. I'll set Fire Boost instead of Secunda. And now here's the thing, though, right? It's going to start getting to the point where it's like, okay, so what skills can I get rid of in order to put Iron Stomach and AP Divide on at the same time? I'm probably going to end up getting rid of the boost skills, because the boost skills are nice for just doing lots of damage, but it also means the enemies die faster, which means that I don't get to eat them, so, yeah. I will unset Fire Boost for now. And then, let's see. Yeah, that should work okay for like in dungeons and stuff. Probably what I'll end up doing is once I get Outer God done is I'll switch Ice Boost off for Chakra Walk, because then we won't be doing as much damage, but our attacks will be able to frighten them faster, which will mean we can eat them faster. Although I'm noticing here that I kind of need to keep either Devil Feast or Ingest on at the moment in order for this to work. So I gotta probably put that there. Yeah, that'll work for now. Okay, so now Argela, you have access to this stuff. Maybe I should take care of Gales first. Let's see, so Devil Feast needs to go back on, yes, let's do that. I'll probably stick Electric Repel on instead of Force Repel. I'll switch the repels around as I need them, basically. Eventually I'll need, you know, to have different repels depending on like what the enemies are using in the dungeons that we're in, where they're actually getting their turns, and I can see what they could use to where I could use it to prevent any problems. So let's see, so let's set Zionga and Zanma for you. You can set Diorama now, actually, because Argela has Diorama as well. So then you two will be in good shape in that department. You don't need me Dia all that badly, because I can just have Surf use Dia if I need it, and then you two can use me Diorama if I need to do any like really big group heals. So that's that. You can keep Mapatra, and I'll keep Aikdi, I think, on Argela. That way she's kind of in good shape there. You can have Electric Repel, and then we need to... Oh, hang on, actually. I just realized I don't have Ingest Mana on Surf, so I guess I gotta take off Ice Boost for now as well. So yeah, we'll just leave it that way for now, and then we'll replace Ingest Mana with Chakra Walk until we... after we get it, you know, so... let's see, Zionga, Zanma, Diorama, Patra. You have Devil Feast, so Terunda we need to put down here, because that's going to become something else. Let's see here, Iron Stomach, Ingest Mana, AP Divide, and Quick Escape would actually be nice too. But you can see the problem, right? We're going to start losing out on how many skills we have just because of all the space that we need to use. to do this. I guess I don't need quick escape that badly. I think we'll be okay without it for now. So, let's see. So, we want you to have Tarazi for now. You have Aikdi on. So, let's set a few other things. You need Force Repel. And then, see, you don't have AP Divide and Iron Stomach yet, so we don't have to worry about that so much for you just yet. Let's set that up here. I'll set that there, and we'll get rid of Medea for... we'll put Quick Escape on for now for you, just so that way if I need to, I can use it. And we'll eventually have to switch off of this. We won't need Aikdi anymore once we get... Actually, I might not even need it now, because I can just use Disaches if I have any problems. So I'll just stick Medea on there in case I need small heals. Yeah, that'll work. I think we'll be okay with that configuration. So, and then I guess we should set up CeeLo and also Heat as well. That would probably be worthwhile. So let's do this. I didn't end up using Angelic Grace at all in that fight, did I? Oh, well. I don't know if I need Mahama just yet. We'll wait until later when I can see what the enemies are using. So any of these would be pretty useful for CeeLo, although I think I want to keep Void Death for him specifically, because it'd probably be more useful than anything else I could do. Iron Stomach, Ingest Mana, and then AP Divide. Boy, that sure is a lot, isn't it, of passive skills. I might have him equip Quick Escape instead of Null Panic, though. Unless we're gonna, you know, have a situation where it's like the enemies in the next dungeon use Tentara Fu or something like that, you know. Then it might be a little bit worthwhile to do something else, but until then. How about you do Earth Repel, actually, because Gale has access to Electric Repel, right? Yeah, so we'll have you do Earth Repel, and then Heat will keep Ice Repel on. So that way he's in good shape. You don't have all of your stuff yet, though, so I should keep that in mind. You do have Power Wave now, which will probably do a little better than that. And Mute Blow I'll stick there instead of that. So this is actually a pretty good. I think this is pretty good for his configuration. I might want to set counter instead of Null Panic for him, just for now. There we go. Okay, I think that's good for now. So let's just save now that we've done a whole bunch of configuring, and then we will go from there. Yeah, the pinnacle of endgame RPGs, messing with your items and skills to have the proper loadout. Yeah, for sure. We'll get there. But yeah, with AP Divide on everyone except for Argela and Heat, Heat won't be getting as much AP. Well, actually, no, he will, because, you know, CeeLo and Gale and Surf all have it. So, because they all have it, it'll be a little easier for Heat and Argela to catch up with their level 3s and for Heat to get his level 4s done, so. Yes, it did, but then we killed them, or ate them, or recruited them to our team, so. And it looks like Svadhisthana is just going to be our spot to go to for any item sales that we need to do anyway, because, well, oh, you're out here now. Okay. You're welcome. Hope you're actually fine and not just saying that. Gonna think everybody's gonna have a crush on Sarah at the rate we've been going. Oh, okay. Yeah, but that doesn't mean I want to have to replace you, Gale. You've kind of got a pretty decent spot in our party at the moment, so. Yeah, because then yeah. Oh, okay, you choose the latter. I was going to say, then I just run to Nirvana, but whatever. Okay, so this guy says nothing new about this person. Okay. we're gonna leave that one alone. Not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I think it's different, Arjula. It's something else, I think. Okay. I was thinking about just going back to Coordinate 136 and doing the stuff with the castle and the treasure chest and everything, but I don't think it's a good time, actually. I think it's probably better that we go back to Svadhisthana now and just see what's going on. Like, the way that I kind of thought it out in my head is, okay, so we got a yellow key inside of the castle. Probably in order to finish out the side quest over there, we're going to need the next key. Now, I haven't seen a red wall over there. I would assume that's the next one. We haven't seen any other kinds of walls other than red walls that we can't get through yet. But I would assume that we're going to need another key in order to finish that side quest. So I'm going to wait until we get our red key, and then we'll go back and we'll finish that up. So, but in the meantime, let's go to Svadhisthana and see what in the heck is going on here with this Lupa guy. Any thoughts on where he would be, Gale? Would he just be back where... Oh, okay. Well, interesting. Maybe that's where all the problems are coming from, because Sarah actually likes surf, but Heat likes Sarah, and Sarah doesn't like Heat back, I guess. We really need to sell our cells, don't we? Yeah, because look at these things. That theory cell, both of them, they're going to sell for a lot once we get to max noise, so... I think I'm going to buy a few more stoma spray, because that way I can get through the next area a little bit easier. But we really need to sell our stuff, so I think I might stick around here for a little bit and just wait until I can sell off all of my cells. Or should I go through the dungeon and see if I can find Lupa? Maybe I'll see if I can find him first. Anybody have any idea where Lupa went? What do you mean? The ones that are still inside? Probably. The other side of town, huh? Okay. Well, I'm glad somebody's giving me an idea of where the heck to go. Good question, Heat. I guess we're gonna go find out. Okay. I don't know where over there is, but I guess we'll go find out, won't we? Let's see. Here. The other side of town. So maybe over there, because that's the other side of town over there, I would assume. So if we go... So it might be through the yellow wall, but it also might be through that exit, so I guess we'll go find out. But first things first, I should probably use one of the Estoma sprays that I had here. Let's see. I don't know, though. I kind of feel like I should wait until max noise while we're here, you know, just because, I mean, we're not too far away from it, and if I try to go through the dungeon, how far will I get before we hit max again? We'll probably get over to the healing point, and then it'll be max noise, so I think I'm just going to hang around here for a second, honestly. That Estoma spray that we just used will last quite a while for us, so it should last until the next phase, and this will take like a minute, so won't be a big deal. Just wander around Svadhisthana where there's no encounters. So I can max out our time, and then we can sell the things for lots of money. I don't really have a set path here. I'm just kind of wandering around. Because I'm a wanderer. Yeah, a wanderer. I roam around and round and round until the solar noise is maxed, and then I stop. Sell time. Quite literally and figuratively, because, you know, we're selling cells. Yeah, 60,000 Maka for each theory cell, so that'll add to our pocketbooks quite nicely, won't it? There we go. Quantum cell. Sure, we'll get rid of that. Code cells. We probably got a few, yeah. Quite a lot of money that we've got together now. It's like we didn't have... We no longer have the money problems that we just had a minute ago. These moldy rolls need to get the hell out of my inventory, though. I'm never going to use them, so... Maybe I should top off on a few of these, because discurses, I actually don't have enough discurses now. Oh, how the turns have tabled. Let's see, I got 15, so I need to buy a couple of discurses, and then I'll just get rid of 4 of these, because I won't need those anymore. Don't need the muscle drinks either, so let's get rid of those. Yeah, poor moldy rolls. Nobody wants them. We can use them to feed our new recruits. Does that count as hazing? I don't know. Maybe it would. Let's see here. We can buy Brave and Hero rations, and I should probably buy a few of them, just so that I have them. I don't really use them all that much, but yeah, it's probably not bad to... Ooh, we can buy medical kits now, actually. Those are a little more useful to us, so I think I'll buy up to 15 of those. This is the buy section, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, 45,000 of our Maka gone just like that, but that's okay. Yeah, 150 HP to the party. Sometimes you need that in a pinch, you know what I mean? So you have 4 of everything but ice heals. You have 1 of those. So 1 of everything but ice heals and 4 of them. Right. Yeah, I usually buy like 3 of each status healing items when I play Pokemon, and then once I get access to full heals, then I just buy 15 of those and I call it a day, basically. So I'm going to grab a few blasts as well, in case I have a situation where it's a CeeLo and Heat in the party with Surf, because then I won't have access to Wind Elemental skills, at least not yet. So grab a few blasts just in case I need them. You do run through your money quite quickly in this game, don't you? I mean, you get a whole bunch of it, but you still run through it quite quickly, from what I've seen. Excuse me. 2 full heals per party member is your rule, so max of 12 and minimum of 2. That makes sense. Because if you need to use more than 2 per party member, you're probably not doing so well. Getting a little unlucky, you know? So, yeah, I get that. How's everybody doing on experience, anyway? Let's check on that real quick. Just want to see where everybody's stuff is real quick in terms of how far along they are. So Surf should probably be the highest leveled of anybody. Argel is almost a full level back. Gale is quite a bit ahead of that. CeeLo's just a little behind Gale, actually. Looks like. Yeah, they're pretty close. And then Heat is just a little bit behind Surf. Okay. Well, we'll figure it all out and try to get everybody to a point eventually where I can just have them close to the same amount of experience. And then we'll equip... once we get Soul done, we'll equip that skill so we're all on the same page. Probably by the time I get Soul, it probably won't even be worth it, right? Because we'll probably be fairly close to the end game by that point. Oh, wrong way. Hang on. Up was just the blue wall. All right. We don't need to go that way then. Yeah, Gen 3 Static, Flame Body, and Poison Point. Yeah, that would be a situation that would definitely warrant needing more than 2 of each. Or 4 in that case. Might run through them quite quickly otherwise. Let's see here. If I go up on that one, okay, that just brings me back to that room, so no point. We'll just go to the save point and the heal point. We'll go down and then we'll go around. But yeah, as you can see, I was pretty close on my guess there. We would have been about to max solar noise by the time I got over here. And I would end up just teleporting back to the entrance from this anyway. Might not even have made it by that point, because then I would have had to go from the large terminal right there, out of the exit, and all the way to the vendor, which is across the thing from there. So, might not even have made it. Oh well. Yeah, just deal with the status, forehead. Don't heal the status, just let them throw your hard-earned Maka out the window when you get panicked. I mean, I could use my Patra, to be fair. But if I have my tools to get rid of the status, then I don't have to, you know. Okay, Anti-Demon Field faded. That's fine. Let's just use another one. We'd be running into probably just enemies that we've encountered, like, a long time ago if we were, you know, fighting them in here, so. And Magic Noise, I'm going to give that to CeeLo now, just so that way it's out of my inventory, you know. Alright, there we go. So, Red Wall, still nothing to do with this. And this guy didn't say anything else new. There's got to be a side quest that happens with this Red Wall, though, because otherwise he wouldn't say, the guy's protecting him, capital H. It's like, okay. Yeah, something's going on here, and I'm going to find out what eventually. Alright, so we're going to check this exit first, and then after we check this exit, we'll go to the other exit that was past that yellow wall. And it's a distinct possibility that we needed the yellow key, because you get it pretty... It's not really that far out of the way, I think, so... But there might be some people over here. Let's see. Out of what... You know what? I don't even want to finish asking that question. Never mind. Well, maybe you will. This must be the place, though, because everybody's here, so... Sarah, I have no idea what you're talking about. At this point, you might as well just be saying gobbledygook, because the game's story hasn't really fully revealed itself to me yet, so... Just better hope he doesn't void fizz, right, Heat? Oh, boy. That must be Lupa, then. Oh, okay, so is there like an underground aqueduct, then, maybe, Gale? I think that's what he's trying to say, basically. So, are you, like, the kind of guy where, like... If this wasn't the post-apocalypse, you'd be, like, collecting trading cards and everything so that people, like, you know everything about these people? Seems like that kind of a person. Yeah, it is always raining here, isn't it? Huh. So there has to be some kind of aqueduct, and I would assume that's what's down there. It's a good point. I didn't even think about that, honestly. Oh, okay. So there is a system of reincarnation going on here, apparently. I can't say I've seen that ever, but I mean, I guess it makes sense. Okay, so Gale is, yeah, apparently his Lupa's Atma is lava flow. I forget what ours are specifically called, but they're all kind of like that. They're all kind of similar in terms of their, like, teenage edginess name, you know what I mean? Their teenage edginess level is just about there. Okay, so we gotta check in with Lupa and Gale, see how everything's going with the negotiations. But before we do that, it's probably a good idea to use the restroom. So I'm gonna go do that before the rain makes me have to use the restroom later, since we're gonna be going into a water dungeon. So I will go do that, and I'll be right back, and then we'll see what we gotta do about this whole aqueduct situation with Lupa. Alright, I am back. Brief moment of lucidity that I just had while I was away from the camera. I realized, I don't think I have Void Death set on anybody that's in my current party, so I should probably do that before we have any problems. So I'm going to give that to Argela, I think, because, Medea is nice, but we have 2 people with diorama, so they'll be able to cast me diorama if we really need it. And Void Death has come in very handy for us over the course of the time that we've been, doing stuff. So I think it's probably a good idea to set it. So, alright, now let's see what's going on with Lupa and the Wolves here. Well, you are admitted because I'm here, so I'm doing the best I can. So Lupa, hello. Yeah, we met back at the Karma Temple, although we didn't meet in person, so nice to meet you. Well, I'd like to believe I am, yeah. Sure, why not? So, what's with you guys coming here? Want to negotiate with us, eh?
State your business.
Will the Embryon assist us to defeat Varen?
Under what conditions?
Your leader will receive my head.
Okay, that's a little bit much.
Change. I asked you to treat my men fairly.
Okay, Gale, slow down now.
What assurance do we have that you are not here on Varen's behalf?
I mean, he just offered to decapitate himself. Isn't that enough?
I vow upon my honor.
Honor? What is this honor you speak of?
Oh, right. You haven't fully awakened to your emotions yet, so.
I do not comprehend.
Are you sure?
I see such a thing.
I can see it in your eyes.
Ah, there it goes. It just keeps fading in and out, that's all. Reminds you of Ganondorf appearance-wise? Oh, that doesn't bode well for us. Let's hope we're not dealing with another double-crosser. The Samsara Tunnels. Boy, I hope Daisojo isn't down here. Because that would suck. Yes, sir, I don't need your head. I didn't come here to be your coroner.
Varen has referred to the girl that way.
So Sarah's a cyber shaman, huh?
She could easily destroy this world with her power.
Well, that's a hell of a thing. I mean, she did some pretty messed up things with flashbang grenades in her eyes not too long ago.
She doesn't even know anything about herself. How could she have such power?
Can you honestly say you know yourself?
What?
It's a good question.
Dreams about a child. In these dreams, he calls me Father.
Dreams.
And you don't know who this kid is?
I have something to tell the child. But perhaps someone else will, in my absence.
You mean after we decapitate you?
That is illogical. I do not understand. Why do you not just tell him yourself?
How does he know who he is?
Have you ever seen a child here in the junkyard?
That's a good point. He's blinking in and out. Maybe he's finally gonna awaken.
For what purpose does this world exist? Why have we developed identities?
Why does the ego suddenly envelop us?
Varen is defeated. It is then you will discover the truth.
I mean, I guess, because that would mean that we're the only tribe left, right? Because then we could reach Nirvana, then we would find out the truth. It would be a little more complex than he's making it sound like, but... Oh, the brutes are already here. Great. Don't feel comfortable holding someone's head despite how much you like the sight of blood. Well, I mean, you could just, put the blood in a jar and carry that around instead, I guess. Where would we find a jar in the junkyard? Now that I think about it.
I found this place too.
You kind of left a trail for them to follow, probably. What are you doing with your tag ring?
I'll buy you some time.
I don't like where this is going.
Guys, now I know you crazy.
Oh boy.
I was the leader of my tribe. You are the ones in danger.
Do you?
So then why are you fighting for us all of a sudden?
Fell to Varen alone.
He did that? All by himself?
Wow.
He's become unstoppable somehow.
That... okay.
Cannot defeat him alone. In fact, her power may be the only way.
My power?
Well, good to know. I don't know how we're going to do that, but okay.
As promised.
How many credits do you have on this thing?
There is someone I must meet as well. Let us go to Nirvana together.
It's the first I'm hearing about it, Gale. I've seen it, but...
For the tribes, you must defeat their leaders. Will the temple make an exception?
yeah, fat chance.
If not, we will destroy the temple.
Is that even going to work? How will we reach Nirvana if the temple's destroyed? Oh, there he goes. Okay, that's a big boy. Wow. Yeah, how come we got all the human form demons and everybody else just turns into fucking zebra with, like, oyster shells and then basically Cerberus? Like, seems like we got the short end of the stick somehow, somewhere here. Yeah, I don't know what it means either, Sarah. Maybe we'll figure it out as we go. Yeah, that is a very big boy. Oh, boy. Well, if we go to Nirvana, ideally then we'll understand, so. Yeah, that would be a child, right? Yeah. What, that there are no kids here? Well, we were kind of all busy, like, you know, murdering each other before this, so. Yeah, hi, Cerberus. I haven't seen you since Kingdom Hearts. I think. I don't think we've seen... No, actually... Yeah, because we played Persona 5 before that, so I don't think we have seen Cerberus since then. Because, like, we had a Chimera in the Final Fantasy Legend games, but we didn't have Cerberus, so... Why didn't we notice that there were no kids in the junkyard before? Oh, boy. Seems like such a silly question. I mean, I'm thinking of it in terms of my human emotions, right? I mean, I would have noticed it, but I also didn't just awaken to my emotions like, 15 or... How many hours in are we now? 20? 20 hours ago. So... potentially. That's a good question. Let's keep going so we can find some answers. Yeah. Tiny human being. Generally a higher pitched tone of voice. Probably shouldn't be eating people. It's probably why they don't have children here. Because that would be a grotesque little thing that they would have going on if they had a kid in here that turned into a demon and ate people. Just a thought. I do feel like we've just been here, though, because this is starting to look a little bit like the Venus City sewers. Oh, boy. I remember that place. That place got... did it get a little hairy in there? I think a little bit, but not, like, too badly. We'll see how hairy it is in here. So, yes, tiny person. Small boy or girl or what have you. So. Alright, let's go see if the brutes are ready to play. Or anything is ready to play. I mean, we haven't seen anything yet, but I imagine the encounter rate's going to start coming up now that we've, gone from the... Oh, because I had an anti-demon field up. Okay. That makes sense. Now I understand. I don't think you can just use a stoma spray to get through here, though. Like, you would eventually run into demons that are a higher level than you, and that they don't even care about a stoma spray, so... Mizuchi, hello! Are you weak to fire like you are Nocturne? You sure are. What else could I use on you, though? So that's the thing about this team, is that it has access to all elements, but it doesn't particularly excel at, like, hitting multiple weaknesses at the same time, unless it's, like, wind. So... because of the way I've built everybody, that's probably going to be a recurring problem, frankly. So I'll just hit him with whatever I've got. Zionga I don't think is a good idea, because I think he resists that at least, or maybe even voids it in... he did in Nocturne anyway, if I recall correctly, so... Repels only keep lower level things away. You can use level 40 Gengar or Crobat to track Entei and Raikou. Stop saying it has to be level 39. No, you can. Yeah, you can use a level 40 Pokemon to track a level... yeah, you can use level 40 Pokemon to track a level 40 Pokemon. You don't need it to be 39. Yeah, so... it's just the things that are lower than you, rather than, you know, the other stuff. Okay, well, this lets us do a couple of things, then. I can do that, and then I can do this to get through the Mizuchi. And then we can do this to get through this guy. I like Mizuchi in Nocturne. It's a pretty good demon. It has good resistances and everything else. It evolves into Seiryu, if I recall correctly. But I usually don't evolve it because its resistances are pretty solid just by themselves. It has, like, immunities to Ice, Electric, and Dark. And Seiryu loses at least 2 of those, which is kind of a shame. Well, I'm going to guess that Lupa's been here, then. Because that's the only person I can think that would take that out. Yeah, cute Manta. Yeah, Isora. Yeah, he's around as well. It's a good thing, at the very least, we haven't run into Fornius yet, because Fornius is basically just the evolved version of Isora, and he's a little... oh, there's another red wall. Okay. He's not quite as kawaii, I guess. Who can use Miragion with Surf? Anybody can use it with Surf. Okay, probably because you have to use Zan as well. Okay, we got you frightened, so that's good. Devil Feast, please. And now, we did, in fact, set AP Divide and Iron Stomach on Gale, so check this out. Devil Feast here. And then, check out Arjula's AP that she gets here. Yeah. A little better than otherwise, so... wow, 2 at once? Man, I must be getting pretty popular here. They must have had the same thought. In droves, I know. It's like all of a sudden they just decide, nope, we're gonna spam the chat. Okay, fine, fair enough. Okay, so we can't get through the wall yet, evidently, but we'll see what we can do. That's a big red wall. I'll tell you what. Just means they die in droves, all is right in the world. Yeah, it is kind of impressive. Two bots at once, huh? Oh, whatever. We took care of them. Hi, Cole.
Goddamn.
How's D&D?
Well, we finished up, and I decided to watch a movie.
Mm-hmm.
From one of my tokusatsu shows. Fuck, ending got me right in the chest.
Oh, Jesus.
Ending was like an uppercut, though. Right in the feels.
Oh, that's not good.
Hit. Oh, no. Okay, can you not?
We'll be fine, I think. Well, that's fun.
Do you have enough press turns, fam?
I should probably work on setting... what's it called? I should probably work on setting up Electric Repel 1 and 2. I should probably put First Strike on somebody again. That would be rather useful. I think I'm going to Devil Feast to get rid of one of them. And then we'll put up Electric Repel. And that should come in a little handy for us, at the very least. And now, see, this is why I bought all those medical kits, right? Just in case we needed a situation just like this.
You know.
So I don't die to physicals. Ha! Gotcha. Now, Repel isn't the most useful thing here because they shield it, evidently, but... I mean,
it eats their turns.
It does eat their turns, so that's the important part. If we drained it, it would be better, but whatever. Yeah, Mothman again.
Need at least one more press turn.
Oh, you have been seeing more consecutive bot attacks lately? I'll have to keep that in mind for when we get a little further. Argela is almost done with thrones already. That is impressive. Yeah, I think they needed at least one more press turn. They needed a Mott to be with them so that he could beast eye and give them more press turns.
Please God, no.
Hey, an MP noise, nice. Did we go through that door already? Oh, that's where the save point is. Okay.
So where are you?
Samsara tunnels.
Where'd that be?
So, you know how it always rains in the junkyard?
Yeah.
There are aqueducts underneath a whole bunch of the bases so that all the water can drain out. Otherwise, the whole junkyard would be flooded. So we're in one of them because the leader of the wolves said, hey, you should probably try to go down here because the brutes are looking for us and we can take out more of them. So, he also offered to kill himself for us, which is a little bit concerning.
How so?
Like, he said, well, you know, if you help us, we'll reward you. And Gale said, what could you possibly have that we need? And he says, I'll give you my head.
Well, Jimmy said the Forbidden Custom Robo name.
I did say the Forbidden Custom Robo name.
What was the Forbidden Custom Robo name?
Rahu.
Oh, no.
Ha!
Hey, look, they're both frightened.
Yep, I like repels a lot in this game now that I know that it does that. So now let's just do this.
Jesus!
Give some of that AP to Argela,
dead.
and then do this. So Ingest is the high odds version of Devil Feast.
So it's crack.
Which means it's guaranteed, if they're frightened.
That's fucking stupid! That's so fucking dumb!
Yeah, don't use anything else. Okay.
I just realized I still haven't beaten Rado 3 on my playthrough of Custom Robo.
Oh, really? Huh. Should probably go do that.
I
Mizuchi!
Don't want to.
Again. Fire drain. Well, that's going to be a problem. Let's see.
I mean, he's a water thing, so I'd imagine he already wasn't weak to fire.
No. So I don't have Ice Repel on right now, so I guess I'll use this Ice Wall that I've got. Because I'm going to use Meteorama.
I mean, if he's water, he should be weak to electric.
Look at how much HP that gives back.
Bing!
Yeah, sorry, buddy. That's not going to work for you.
Hey, look, insta-kill. Cheese go burr.
Eating people has never been easier.
I think we found the cheese strap.
Nom. Yeah, he did get nommed, indeed.
Thrones.
So we've got Thrones done. So yeah, I think Argela will catch up pretty quickly. Our levels might get a little skewed here, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. Okay, so we've already been there.
Now, if you excuse me, I have to go back up and watch the second movie.
Oh, okay.
I needed a minute.
Oh, okay.
And I was going to also dinner's done, so I'm starving.
Ah, I see. Yeah, go get some dinner then, so you're not starving.
Okay, if we not forget my water bottle.
Yeah, don't forget your water either.
That would be terrible.
Yeah, that wouldn't be so good. All right, bye, Cole. I don't think these guys can death me. So, oh wait, hang on. I have Miragi on. Let's just do that. This will work better. And no frighten, so goodbye. Using him like a chew toy, yeah. Oh boy. Okay, so CeeLo's gonna need to go up a little bit here eventually, but we'll work on that in a little while. For now... Oh, there's a save point up there. Okay, let's go over there then. I didn't even see this here, because I figured there'd be something else here. But let's go up here, because that way we can give Argela a new mantra. Because she could use a new mantra, so she can keep working her way up, so she can get on those level 4s with everybody else. Argela, what else do you need? Ancient God is probably the next best one to get you, because it's only 15k. We'll worry about getting you things that are more expensive later, like Outer God and Holy Beast. Then all she needs is Evil Spirit after this, and we are done with level 3s unless I decide to give Surf Wind magic at some point later in the game. Like if I ever get to the point where I suddenly decide I want to start from scratch again. I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'll just use Blasts if I need them. But yeah, we'll probably stick with this team for a little while until they get... like, we'll keep Surf in so that he can, you know, do his thing. But we'll use this team until they get to, like, you know... maybe 41, and then we'll bring in CeeLo and Heat until they get to 42, and we'll just leave Surf in the party the whole time because he's got our fire and ice magic, so he'll be pretty solid, all things considered. There might be a chest in that bottom section, so I'm gonna go look. Hello, Decarabia. Wonder if he's still weak to physicals like he used to be. Nope. He's floating, but Tarazi. Resist that. I know your tricks, though, Decarabia, and I realize I may have just messed up just a little bit because I'm pretty sure he has access to Mudo. Okay, Mind Charge. That's probably not good. What would you even use with Mind Charge? Argela's got Void Death, right? So I guess we'll let her do that in a minute. Okay, he resists that, but he's almost dead. I'm gonna Void Death. I don't know what he's gonna use Mind Charge for, but I'm gonna Void Death just in case. It probably won't be that, but, you know. Zanma? Nope, resist that too. Agidine. Ow! Okay, this is gonna suck. Another Mind Charge. Okay, so I need Fire Repel then. That's what I need. So let's do that. And then... I can't... See, now here's the thing, right, is you can't have two shields up at once. So I can't have Void Death and Fire Repel up at the same time. But that's okay. So probably physicals are the way to go then with that guy. Because, I mean, pretty much everything else wasn't working all that well. He gave us a wild card, though. That's pretty nice. That's basically Megiddo, so... in an item. Okay. Let's see what we can do over here. I'm digging the music in here, though. It's pretty good. Yeah, there is an item over here, just like I said. Yeah, I'm starting to think that I should probably have First Strike going on somewhere in here. Somewhere in my team. I might have to take Dia off and replace it with First Strike, but we'll see. Just Zanma, I guess. We just gotta do some damage until we get to his turn again. There you go. Or he won't get a turn, and I'll just kill him. That works too. Well, Surf's got First Strike, so let's see if we can stick that in his moveset somewhere. And actually, that would work okay, because here's what it will do, right, is we'll let Heat have... He's got Diorama, so if we need anybody to heal... Well, I mean, we have Diorama on Argel and Gale, and pretty soon they'll have... I mean, they have Ingest Mana, so if I need the MP, I'll just have them do it. And then they'll have Chakra Walk eventually as well, so then I won't even need to worry about it. But First Strike, stick it there. And now half our moveset is taken up by passives, so we're probably getting close to the end game. Because that's usually what ends up happening, is you have a lot more active abilities in the early game, and then in the late game you end up with a bunch of passive skills instead. There's a Logic Cell. That'll sell for a pretty penny when I find another vendor. Vendors seem to be pretty well spread out in this game. I mean, it's fine, I guess. Not a big deal. Okay, we've seen everything except for what's past the red wall there, but we won't see that for a while, so... let's just keep going. Maybe we'll hit the next save point up, and we'll see how far away it is. And then I'll call it a day once we get that far. Oh, the Gurs are back. Okay, good thing I have Zionga somewhere here. Can you Mazionga? No, it looks like that's a Surf thing. Okay, a Surf and Gale thing, rather. What else do I have that I could use here? I could use that wild card I just got. Moderate almighty damage to all. I think I'm going to wait on that, actually, until later. I'm going to use a Wind Wall. I haven't seen them use force attacks yet, but there's a distinct possibility that they will. So, I don't know, man. And then, let's just do this. Get a little damage off. Maybe I should stick Gale in the middle, then, since he's the only one with Zeo and the Gurs are still hanging around, you know? Well, no, because Surf can access Zeo on his turn with Mazionga, so... Every time I say red or yellow or colored wall, all you hear is the Freeman scenario for Mega Man Battle Network 2. For context, you need to get rid of his ice all around the net, which is huge AF, and there's no indicator of where the ice is. That sounds like a terrible time. I'm sure it's easier than you're making it sound like, but it doesn't exactly sound like fun. Oh, another Brute. Wonder why he left her alive. I figured he was just gonna go Law of the Jungle on them like everybody else. Okay, more of these guys. And now I don't got to worry about them getting the first turn. It's Materazi. Get them press turns. We got one frightened. I'm going to put up... actually, I don't think I'm going to put up an electric repel. I want Argila to be the one to eat. But let's get rid of this Mothman then, so that way we can go from there. And Bufuma. There we go. Sorry, buddy. And then Devil Feast. And there we go. Could probably use that wild card during the next major boss fight. Yeah, that's probably a good idea, Conquer. We'll probably try to save it for that. Separated by color, and you can only break one color at a time. Oh, it's not easy. It's tedious AF. Imagine being forced to go to the same area 4 times to progress the plot, except the area has the entirety of the cyber world, which spans countries. Yeah. Pass. Hard pass on that one. Sorry. Not my cup of tea. One Mothman. Hi, buddy. I guess we'll Tarazi then. And then just spam until he's dead. Sorry, buddy. We'll slowly get ourselves up and around with all this AP. The enemies here are giving a decent chunk. I mean, we've got level 4 skills that we're working on now, but they're still giving a fairly decent chunk considering we're working on level 4s. So I don't know how long this area is, but I would imagine it's probably about 3 hours long, like most every other area in the game. So, all right, we got a little bit more to explore here, so let's check it out. This place is a bit of a maze. That's okay. It's the last part of Mega Man Battle Network 2 before the finale as well. Oh, Jesus. That's fun. Okay, so do that, avoid death, and then just hit him. And this will probably work better than what we did last time. Yeah. Probably if I had everybody just whack him, he'd probably be dead, but I don't know. Oh yeah, since you can only break one color of ice at a time, once you break all the ice in the net of that color, you get an item that you need converted into the item to break a new color. Then you traverse the entirety of the net again and repeat for 4 colors. This is starting to sound like Bravely Default's second half. And I mean, I like Bravely Default as much as the next guy, but you go back and forth in that game a lot, from what I understand, so... It probably isn't as tedious as this, though. This sounds more tedious than that. Let's see. I messed up again, didn't I? Because... Oh, no, I can just Miragi on here. Never mind. We're good. Could have Mazionga. Actually, that's probably the best way to do it, is the way that I just did it there, because I know Isora doesn't resist fire, but I don't know if Mizuchi resists electric like he does in Nocturne, so... Why do I keep reminding you of pain? I'm sorry, I hear the things that you're talking about and it just reminds me of things that I also found painful. So, oh, there's a door in there. Okay. Materazi's on our turn, right? Yep. Cool. We got one Frighten. I guess I'll use Argila's turn to eat him. Thank you. And then, just get rid of him. Really feeling the effects of not having that boost skill now, aren't I? But, it's fine. We're getting through the enemies okay. We've got enough magic and everything else to do that. Ancient God's almost done already. Because it's funny. You'll link me to an explanation. Okay, fair enough. That'll work. Alright, whoop. Man. Looks like Lupa ambushed him. Yeah, he's pretty good, isn't he? Well, we know what happens when you repeatedly kill people and don't eat them. Wonder if Lupa knows that, though. Oh, boy. This could be a problem. I'm having Argila eat a lot, so if she dioramas, I don't really mind. So... do we go out there? I think I'm going to go see what's in that room first. And then we're going to go. Oh, we've been ambushed. How do I want to do this? Actually, this lets us test if they're weak to guns. They are not weak to guns. You have quick escape, right? Okay, goodbye. Okay, well, that's good to know at least. There we go. Now we're in demon form. And Mizuchi, you don't get frightened very easily, do you? I mean, to be fair, he's just kind of a bunch of water, so wouldn't be likely that he'd get frightened all that often. Gotcha. Okay, and once we see what's in this room, we'll need to find another save point, I think. Although I could just go back out there and hit that save point up again, because Argel is going to be done with Ancient God in, like, a few more battles, so... Alright, Karasu Tengu, we have seen that you are resistant to electricity, by the looks of it. But what else do? You do Hama. I guess there's that. Do you resist Sanma in this one? You sure do. Ow. Probably could have guessed that from the fact that I force repelled him last time, huh? Hang on, I got an idea. Let's do this. And then this. Give me that HP back. Nice. And then, oh yeah, I don't have force repel set on anybody. Well, I have a wind wall. There you go. Executioner kind of sucks, but that's okay. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm probably going to need to have Surf eat pretty soon, though, because his MP is not exactly looking as hale and hearty as Argela's is. Same thing with Gale. I mean, they're not in bad shape, but I'd rather stay ahead of it, you know, rather than have to do it, you know, have them eat repeatedly later on. Yeah, let's do Maragion. And now Mizuchi is frightened, so Argela, if you would. There we go. Let's get Zyanga going on you. I probably could have Maziyanga'd now, but that's okay. Oh, hey. Ask and you shall receive. There we go. And then, are you going to die from this, Sanma? Sure are. Argela's probably going to be almost done with Ancient God now. Surf got a level. Yep, just like I said. Ration and Ice Wall. Alright, Surf. Same MO as usual. We're up to 50 magic now. That's pretty good. I can work with that. Alright, what's in here? A strange presence can be felt beyond the door. Hold on a second. Interesting. I wonder who could be waiting for me behind this door. Let's fix our HP a little bit first before we go in there, I guess. Alright, well, I haven't saved in a while, but YOLO. Hi there. Something like that, sure. It's kind of hard. You guys have died really quickly so far. Ah, okay. Suiki and Fuki to fight me. Well, we know what you're weak to. But what is Fuki weak to? Is he weak to earth or electricity? Let's find out. Probably electricity, because he's a wind elemental dude, so, I don't have force repel. I think I have a wind wall, though. Okay, that's helpful. And he's frightened, so... Oh, I do have force repel. Okay. Let's, you know, let's do that. Why not? And then we'll get rid of, what's it called? We'll get rid of Suiki there. Gotcha. Now, what will you do, sir? Not a whole lot, by the looks of it. Let's see. So you're weak to Zeo, so just attack. It's fine. He'll go down eventually. Just like that. And Arjula leveled up and mastered Ancient God. Nice. HP Thief, MP Thief. So now she'll be able to get Outer God pretty soon, and she's almost joining us in terms of the magic stat. Holy cow. She got a lot of magic, that's for sure. She'll be hella powerful when it comes to that. So. A revival gem, nice. That was worth the trouble, and even more for my troubles. What do we get in here? An organic cell, also worth the trouble. Perfect. Okay, Gurs again. So let's do this. And then this. And then Gale can transform because he's got the electricity out of anybody. Freeze shot. Okay, so must not have been able to do that before with Gale. Quake shot, also good. And then, I think I'll just start shooting this guy and then just have Gale... Okay, never mind. I was going to have Gale eat the other guy, but... Well, I don't think I'm going to get the chance just yet. Oh, he's getting closer. There we go. Zionga. Frightened. How about we pass? And I'll let you transform. Not that it's going to do us any good, because Gale's about to eat this guy. There we go. See, when they dodge an attack, they kind of swoop out of the way. You may have seen it previously when they dodge an attack. But whenever you hit them with like Devil Feast or Ingest or anything, that little swooping effect happens. But that's actually just like almost like a critical hit, basically, in Nocturne. When you get hit with a crit in Nocturne, that shaking effect happens to your character. So it scares me though, because I feel like they're gonna dodge it or something every time I see it. But whatever. That is not what happened, so we don't gotta worry about that. There we go. But Gale's almost done with Outer God, so he's in really good shape. Surf will get there. So how do I get the heck out of here? I should probably go back to that save points just because Arjula and Gale will both need new mantras in a moment. So what am I even going to have Gale work on after this? Maybe... Oh, no, it's not this way, it's this way. Maybe Mazanma? I don't know. And before it actually happens, right? Yeah, exactly. Well, this battle's pretty simple. Especially when you shock two of them, good lord. Whip it good, Arjula. There we go. And then let's finish you off. Nice. Yep, almost done with Outer God. Probably you just eat once or twice more, Gale, and you'll get it, so. And if we get a Frightened Mizuchi in a second, that'll be a distinct possibility. Although I think I'll do this. Yep, we got a Frightened Mizuchi. That's a good thing. Yeah, just use your turn to do this for now, Arjula. I gotta watch, though, because they could very well dodge when I attack like that, and I'd lose all my press turns, but that's okay. We'll be fine. Alright. Let's see if Gale finishes Outer God now. Yep, perfect. So now it's just Surf and CeeLo and Heat, and then eventually Arjula, so... We got Chakra Walk for Gale, finally, in mana bonus. This one I would like to set, like, immediately. This way we don't even have to worry about ingesting mana to... I mean, it was a good skill while we had it, but Chakra Walk is going to take its place now. And that'll probably be what our bottom of our skill set looks like for everybody by the time we're done. We'll have 5 active skills, so we'll have a Repel and an Eating skill, 3 skills that we normally have, and then the bottom 3 will pretty much, in dungeons, be Iron Stomach, AP Divide, and Chakra Walk for the foreseeable future, because it's, I mean, that combination should be very, very good for us. We won't get any stomach aches. We can divide up the AP that we get if we find lots of enemies to eat, and then we can just gain our MP back without too many problems, and that will be very nice for us, as you can see here. So Gale's at 263 now. We just walk a little bit. By the time I get back to the save point, he'll be at even higher. Let's see. Well, let's take a look in here. Okay, so it hasn't activated yet. It's probably every certain number of steps it'll activate, so... that did not frighten any of you, so do it again. And I'll take care of that. But yeah, so MP problems should be a thing of the past from here on out, unless we use like a significant amount in one battle, but I don't really anticipate that happening, so... Okay, new mantras. Let's see, so you guys are still working on your things. Arjula's done with Ancient Gods. Let's get her Evil Spirit so she can finally start working on the things everybody else is on. There we go. We've got quite a bit of money together now, though, so that should make it a lot easier to do this from here. Oh, we can actually preview Secret God while we're at it. Yeah, you get mana gain. So mana bonus gives you 10% extra MP, but mana gain gives you 20%. And then mana walk will give you even more MP while you're walking around, so... Alright, Gale, you're done with Holy Beast and you're done with Outer Gods, so what do I want to focus on with you for now? I could get you Karma so you can work on getting Raku and Tsukakaja. Those wouldn't be too bad. There's a lot of level 4s that everyone needs to learn, though. So, quite a few of these in here. So, Cherubim you could also work on. That would get you Rakunda, which would be pretty good for us. Dark Spirit is there as well, but that doesn't really get us anything important. It's mostly just there so we can eventually access this bad boy. So, I guess it gets you Mudun, but I don't need that. Hades you do need to get. Not necessarily for Rekarm, but eventually I want to get this because this is Mediarahan. And Hades actually isn't all that expensive either. So, it might not be a bad idea just to save a little bit of pocket change, you know. Is there anything else that I would prefer you focus on getting? I guess I could get you, like... not Calm Spirit, that's Mediarama by itself, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, it's pretty good, but we don't need it by itself. We can just do that in a combo action. That's not a big deal for right now. I could work on Sky Dragon for you, so you can get Mazanma and Force Drain. Then everybody will be up where CeeLo is with that... in that department. So, yeah, I might do that. I think we'll have you work on Sky Dragon, and then we'll have you work on what's the electric equivalent, Bolt Emperor. Save us a little bit of money, and then eventually we'll get Hades, and we'll go from there. Then we can get all the other skills after that. So, that's in your future pretty soon, CeeLo, because you're almost done with Outer God. Surf, same thing. You'll probably be working on Maragion and Mabufula. And then, soon after that, we'll start working on our dying skills, and those will be rather nice for us, so... Let's see. Now, if I try to make a beeline for another save point, will it work out for me? I have no answer because I don't know what waits up ahead of us, but I guess there's only one way to find out, isn't there? Let's go and see what we can find. Yes, this is the correct way. I don't know where the next save point would be, but I can't imagine it's that far away. Might feel like an eternity, depending on how many enemies we have to fight, but, you know. I don't know what you're weak to, sir, but you're about to die because I froze you, so that's fine. That worked a little better than when he was, you know... Worked a little better than when he was Mahama-ing us all and getting our HP all out of whack. It's a weird camera angle. Alright. Okay, no freezes this time, so you definitely don't really care much for Zanma. I don't remember if I checked that, but... And I think we saw that Zyonga doesn't work either, so... I'll just stick with this. There we go. Got him in one. So... Maybe that's why the camera was all weird, because there was a plan... Like, it was already pre-programmed that there would be reinforcements. It's possible. We have 2 Frightens and 1 of those guys. So Gale's the farthest ahead in terms of what he's working on for his... what's it called? He's the farthest ahead in terms of his mantras, so I think I'll have him attack this guy. And then we'll have Surf ingest. This guy. Pass the AP around, you know. Okay. Evil Spirit's already getting pretty good up there for Arjula, so that'll work. Alright, now we just meander around until we find the next save point, or more dead bodies. Just follow the trail. Eventually we'll figure out where it ends. That Mizuchi is frightened. That's good. I would like to do something about that in a moment. Let's do this. There we go. Get this guy. And then ET. Get me some MP back. And then, yeah, just kill him. Don't think Devil Feast would work in that particular situation, so... Almost there, Surf. Almost there. Probably. Luke is pretty good, isn't he? Alright, well, let's keep going. Nothing in this direction. Let's see. Let's give Surf a diorama. I could probably do that on Gale's turn and be a little better off, but Gale needs to Zionga this guy, so... That way he can be frightened and Surf can do this and be done with Outer God. Perfect. And get some MP back, because he was looking a little half... He had about half the tank left, so... Yeah. Chakra Walk, mana bonus. Good. But yeah, you can kind of see where I'm going with all of this. Like, we'll get our MP back and everything like that as we walk along. But also... if everyone gets a chance to eat in a battle, like let's say we frighten all of the enemies and everybody eats them, they'll get large quantities and then they'll divide it, and then they'll get large quantities and they'll divide it, and eventually, like, the large quantity they're getting from eating combined with the amount that they're getting from the division will basically make it so that mantras will get learned a lot faster now than they were before. And we won't have to worry about MP, because we're going to be constantly regenerating it over time as we go here, as you can see from the rest of this stuff. Now, Surf, this is going to be... Actually, never mind. It's not going to be a difficult choice because I don't have to worry about getting rid of First Strike. I just get rid of Ingest Mana, and then we're good. I'm going to leave that there. So that way it's all nice and even on everybody. Everybody's bottom three will look like this. I'm going to get that for Heat as well. Chakra Walk, that is, and Mana Walk. He doesn't particularly need it like the others do, because he's not going to be using as much mana, but or rather as much magic. But I want to get it for him anyway, so that way he can kind of heal essentially for free as he goes along there. Okay, this looks like the way forward, so... What does that say? Oh, it's like triangles and stuff I can see on that. Yeah, we're galaxy braining all of this stuff. I'm thinking with portals, you see. I have my long-term plan. I find that that's a good thing, though, when I'm playing RPGs. It's good to have a long-term plan because it makes it easier to kind of micromanage things over time. I think, anyway. Let's see. And this. See, when there's only one of them, it's no big deal. It's just when there's multiple, when there's going to be problems, because I don't know what they're weak to, and I don't think they're weak to anything that we specifically have. Like, they're probably weak to, like, Mudo. And, I mean, we have Mamudo, but I don't know if it's all that effective. Okay, so... I have every wall except an electric wall, of course. Gale shot. That's interesting. So that's the level 2. Alright. You're weak to electricity, so having you transform doesn't seem like a good idea. At least for now, it doesn't seem like a good idea. Let's do this. Well, he's frightened, but I can't do anything about that this turn. But yeah, with Gale not transformed, he loses his electric weakness, which makes it much easier to just take this guy out without having to worry about that. So sometimes human form is a good thing if you don't have the walls to put up to, you know, fix that, but sometimes it's not. Sometimes not having access to your skills is a fairly hefty price to pay for a few small resistances, you know. So, okay, so Mazionga can be done this turn. And we got one Frighten, which is good. Argila, if you would. And then we can get rid of this guy. As you can see, Surf and Gale are getting their MP back pretty good from Chakra Walk there. And then when we get Mana Walk, they'll get even more. Gale got a complete heal. Nice. This place looks funky. Revert. Okay, that's a hell of a thing. It's a good thing I have access to Void Death on Argila, otherwise this wouldn't exactly go well. Why don't you pass, Gale, and let me smack him in the face. Mind Charge. Yeah, that's just great, sir. You do that. Goodbye. Okay, so I gotta watch out for Revert then, because they can turn me back into a human, which is no good. In most cases, anyway, it's no good. Oh, you got another save point. That's what I was looking for, so. Yeah, we'll use Gale's, because him and Surf now, they regenerate their MP as they go, so them doing that's probably worthwhile. I'll do it again. Probably going to kill everything, but that's okay. Oh, it didn't kill everything. Interesting. Do it again? I know why it didn't kill everything. It's because Argila has lower magic than Surf does, so her attack didn't do as much damage as it would have with Surf. What do you think, sir? The waterway? Uh-oh. An oxygen tank. Are we gonna have to do a water puzzle? Did I just walk into the water temple and not actually know it? And what awaits us further down in the currents with the tunnels? I have no idea. But apparently it's going to get a little bit hairy because if we don't do the puzzle correctly, we'll be swept back to the entrance. Will we be able to find the exit? Find out on the next episode of Digital Devil Saga, the Stream Edition, which will be happening on Tuesday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. But before we go, let's get Surf a new mantra while I do my little signing out. What do I want to give for Surf now? Oh, he's got Chakra Walk. I guess we can just work on... well, you can work on buffs. Or we can work on getting him the Ma skills up here. I think I'm going to have Surf focus on buffs, actually, because he's going to be kind of my buff dude. So, I'll grab this for him. But that's going to take care of everything for now, so thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. And I will see all of you on the next one. Yes, where we will be playing Ocarina of Time. Excuse me, and being around in the water temple doing puzzles and stuff. That sounds like a whole ton of fun. So until Tuesday, everybody, at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream. Take care, and have a good one. This game's whole soundtrack is great, isn't it? It's just sort of, everything's just kind of flowed together well, you know what I mean? Everything just sounds right for the area. Shoji Meguro is a good composer, in case you didn't know. I don't know how you wouldn't know that, but there you go.